Yeah, we've just let me say hi to everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome. While you come onto this stream, I am just going to go and check that we have everything set up fine inside because we actually had to restart the stream again. This is the second week running. We have big wind here today. So I might pop Suzanne on to say hello just while I quickly, is that okay? Yes. You can come and share this little piggy. Hi, everyone. Say hi. Let me know if you can hear us in the chat. And Suzanne has a little piggy she's going to share with you. We have lots of wind, so we can't put all the sails up. It's very, very windy. We always have something. And we had a huge number of black cockatoos. I don't think they landed, did they?
No, they just
because they flew over.
It's
about 50 of them. We thought, oh, what
Some
next? What next? I'll let you have a chat there. Let me go set this thing up. See that that's working.
Hello, YouTube. It's a bit earlier than I thought that I would be on filling in airtime, but during the week I won a raffle from a different guinea pig refuge in Queensland. So, hi, Rocky's Rescue. Hi, Laken. And I got this wonderful fleece tunnel, which my girls, one of them crawls into and the other one sits on the outside going, I want to be in there and I can't fit, so I'm going to have to find another tunnel. Lynn probably has them for sale. I got a lovely cuddle sack, beautiful big one. I wish I'd opened this before I gave my girl a bath because this would have been perfect to put her in to keep her warm afterwards. I had to give her a bath because after having her for 2 years, she got fungal around her rear end and she's a Texel. So I needed to do that. I have the most beautiful bed, and I'm sure they're going to have disagreements over who gets to sleep in the bed. So I'm going to have to try and find another one. And I got a beautiful corner hidey that they can push in and out between the tentacles. Or I'm assuming you can also sling it, given it's got these to hold it up, fairly low, and they can use it as a hammock. Now, I bought the raffle tickets to show support for this other refuge, which is in a totally different state. I happened upon them on Facebook one time, and Laken was doing the rounds with the vegetables to the multiple different cages, and I was just very impressed with how she was running the place. So we try and support each other, various guinea pig refuges, and recently we're trying to put a group together where excess space in one can be utilised by another one that's already at capacity, so that we're maximising how we can use the facilities that we have. As with all shelters for all animals, they're full. After the COVID lockdowns, people are deciding they don't need the animals anymore and returning them. And I think that's atrocious because if you have a pet, you love it. And it needs a severe change in circumstances, and these do happen for someone who loves their animal to give them up. We do have that happen on occasion here, and usually the guinea pig goes to a new family and they are happy to send photographs and keep in touch with how the welfare of the piggies going, because we all love our piggies, at least we all should. I don't know what else to talk about. So we have had serious winds here during the week, huge, pretty much gale force winds, trees down. The country region I came from, there were trees blown down across roads, and farmers were just going out on their own and with a chainsaw and cutting them up and getting them off the road so that things like the school bus could get through. Oh, I didn't touch anything.
Yeah. No, it's still there. It just came off the screen.
It just
That's
came off
fine.
the screen, okay.
Where's the, hang on, where's the chat? Let me have a look.
I was just showing off my raffle win because beginner raffles exciting.
There's people in the chat, so show chat. Here we go. Just what happened. Sorry, guys, we can see your. Hi, Marsha. Hi, Tyson.
Hi, Bits. Hi, Marsha. Hi, Tyson.
Carolee, hello. Are we back? We have. It's really weird. The inside computers. One is saying we've got internet, another one says we don't.
Oh,
Tisha says that was a very short live, so we have a lot of wind. I don't know what's going on, so we'll try and cope with it as is, and hopefully we can just get through. Hey.
Get some weights for the corners of the...
Oh, they're all on. There's weights on everything.
No,
oh, okay, on the corner. Okay, yep. There's just inside the pig bag here. There's the little clips that go on the corner.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just unzip that. You'll find it there. Okay, we're going to... So you're back? Fantastic. We're getting there. All right, let's dive into some piggies. I'll put them down here for a minute. I think you guys will be able to see there, hopefully. Okay.
And I've ordered 120 more of these for you.
Oh, 120?
Yeah, that was the cheapest way.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Super sale.
Right.
Green grade.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
They were very good deal, actually.
Okay.
I know we're not meant to advertise, but these clips are very good.
They are. We use them all the time.
Marine grade stainless.
If you want clips to go on your piggy pens onto anything that, like putting your fleece around cages, around CNC edges, or around fencing outside, these clips are really fantastic. What was the site that you got them from? Do you remember? But there's a sale on them right now. They are marine grade steel, so they don't rust.
They're Australian,
but they're brilliant
and produced.
Oh, it's an Aussie product.
It's an Aussie product.
Aussie product, but we use them all the time. So we clip them onto things, whether it's a corner, whether it's a fleece. They're just useful. If you want to do just basic, washing on your line, you could use them for that. But they'll never deteriorate, and that way the plastic ones that break down and go into the environment, these won't.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's a fantastic investment. And, there's a sale on now.
Plastic pegs a year go into landfill.
Is it? 40 million?
And it takes 80 years for them to break down.
Yeah,
so,
okay. So get these.
Get these.
Get these. Very useful. And we'll put a link to the site we used earlier. Sometimes we have Aldi here. We've picked them up through Aldi. But, often you'll find them in supermarkets. But Suzanne's just purchased a whole lot more online for us because we do use them. So, yeah, take a look at those. Up close. Aussie product. Really, really awesome product. Very useful. Also, yeah, actually with the CNC that I have a front opening door system, and I just clip with these to keep it closed. So then you open and close, but you've got full access to your CNC. But I'll do something separate on that later. So, great product. What are we looking for? Right, so the first little piggy that we have, what is her name? This one's a he. Oh, it's a he. Okay. He. It's getting a little bit Sorry?
Oh, he's getting a bit frustrated because he's been out for a while. He was starting to nibble at me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe that's all right.
yes,
we can live with that, which is great. Let me grab. got lovely bowls, but they're not there. Okay, let's have a look at him. Hello, gorgeous. Hi. So what's his name? Rocky. Hi, Rocky. He's got a gorgeous soft fur. Yeah, it's a bit windy out here, isn't it, sweetie pie? That's okay. So tent moving. Let me get a little cloth so you can hide. Hold on.
Drop this down.
No, this is all right.
I'll just pop that down so I can see someone.
Just put this here. So Rocky's a little bit hidden. So we're just checking Rocky over, is that right? Or is he the one with the lumps? I assume it's a girl. Yeah. How old is Rocky?
5.5, maybe a tad over.
Okay. Tiniest little lymphoma under his left arm.
Oh, okay.
But it's tiny. Wouldn't worry with that. Do you use ivermectin?
Yeah, I think I last used it some about 5 months ago.
Yeah, I think you need to apply some more
Yep.
mite treatment just because hair's coming out and we're seeing little bits of skin attached to it.
Okay.
But, you know, the hair loss that's coming out is quite normal, but it's just these little bits of flakiness. It's almost like dandruff when you see it.
Yep.
And that's like first signs, just give them some ivermectin. That's all.
I can do that before you go if you like. But
Great.
then it needs to be repeated in 1 week.
Yep.
It kills the
Yeah,
adults, but not the eggs. So within the week, the eggs hatch, but they don't mature enough to lay more eggs.
Yep.
So you do it today and in 7 days,
Yep.
and then again in 2.5 months.
Okay.
And then the 1 week, 2-3 months.
It's gathering a little bit of debris up here, just in front of his little boy bits. So I might give him back to you for a minute. Just going to get some maliceb. We'll just clear that off him because it'll make it a bit easier for him.
Some warm water.
Yeah, my little balls must be down here.
I'll do that. I'm seriously thinking of getting rid of the plasticky glues that I've got my girls in. Actually, I might just have a talk to YouTube about that. Lynn is busy getting the maliceb and some warm water. She's got to go in the house to get the warm water. But what we have been finding is a large number of piggies are coming in and they've got the best caging and the best of care, but they do have mites and fungal. And that's simply to do with the incredibly wet weather that we have been having lately and the cold overnights. So what we want is to cut down the humidity in their bedding areas. And when they breathe out water and that condenses and then that gets onto the igloo, the plastic igloo overnight, and it's the perfect environment with the warm piggy and the extra moisture. Fungal will go crazy and the mites will go crazy. So if you're finding that you do have an issue with mites or fungal, it's easy to treat. Fungal is a maliceb bath, or if it's just a little spot, a little bit of tinea cream, just a tiny spot, but the spores are everywhere. And with the mites, ivermectin or revolution, it's very easy to treat, but it's much easier to avoid. Oh,
No, you're right.
I thought you were going to get a bath for it.
No, I'm not doing a bath. I'm just going to wipe down his little boy bit here.
Well, you do it in front of the camera.
That's okay. You finish what you're saying, it's all right.
I pretty much have finished, I think.
There we go.
Probably preaching to the converted already.
Hopefully. hopefully.
Well, my guinea pigs have
Oh.
succumbed to it.
Yes,
So-
the weather, look, we've had so much water around. See this little bit that's here in front? It's actually not on his boy bit. It's actually in front. It's on this skin here. You see that? And I'm going to pop some gloves on to take a little look at that. But it's the little, I know you don't like that. There, let me have a little look. Poop, poop, poop. Wipe that off there because that just enables. See this hair loss that he's had around here?
Right. He's
Because
because he's
he's-
a litter tree.
Yeah, he's got just a bit stuck there, but that's fine. And I'll take a quick look at his little boy bits there as well. Seeing there's a lump. Here we go. Just give him back
Do
to
you want
Poop,
a
poop, poop.
triangle, a support triangle?
Yeah, you can make one up. We wouldn't need one. We're going to need it later. But I'm just going to get these on. We'll see what that little lump is. Okay, let's just. Did you ever clear his little? Oh, he did it right in there.
Oh no.
What a landing shot. Okay, do you ever check him down here? See how there's a little, it is the lump where he's losing the hair.
Right.
But
No.
see how there's a ridge there? What we're just going to do is look at his little boy bits and you can see
Owie.
that's what's causing it,
Oh,
which
okay.
is just all the smegma that's caught
Right.
up in there. So I'm just taking that back to where the lump is. That's what is causing that area to pick up more on the outside. Can you grab me a tissue, Jamie, please? Sorry, I think, are they here in the side? No.
Oh,
What
I've
have we
got a
done with them?
half-used tissue. I'm sure
Oh,
you
yeah. Thank
have
you.
that.
We'll do that, Fran. Where are they? They're here
It's
somewhere. Okay, but you just need to clear that.
I'll grab that.
That's all right. I'll go grab them, Suzanne. It's all right there. Just get them off. Like it's all right. We've got a big pack here somewhere. Sitting here. It's just easier to wipe onto that than onto the toweling. But you just need to clear that. This is smegma,
Right.
and it just builds up. If he's never had this done, it's just been sitting there, and that makes that front area a little bit more. See how? Just get stop pooping, little fella. Poop, 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 poop. There we go. All right, all off. But if you have a look now, where that lump was, see down here, that was the smegma that was making that poke out more and pick up more, which is causing the hair loss around here. So we've malicebbed this area, which will fix this outside bit. You can actually see here, see around that little teat area, the same thing is happening there. That's fungal again.
Okay.
A fungal bath all over would eradicate all of the spores, but when you've got, like we've got really cold weather here at the moment, but we can just do a local treatment like that, just onto that area, and just check that his bedding is remaining clear and clean with all the moisture and everything we've had. It's just want to check, see right down at that level. Just want to check there isn't another lump right there. Wait. Down there. Yeah, there is. You can see it's right down. I know it's quite far, little guy. Now brush that off. Okay, let's see how that goes with him. If he's never had that done before.
He had it done once at the vet.
Okay. Was it a
Probably
long
6
time
months
ago? Okay, yeah.
Because he had bumblefoot on his the sort.
Oh, he's got little
abnormal
red
paw.
feet.
Yeah.
This is not bumblefoot. These little red paws are actually related to what's going on down there because they tend to hide out in the same location And if they're urinating in that location and it's warm and cozy, like Suzanne was talking about, fungal loves that environment. So their you got to, urine itself is quite acidic, and that's what makes their little feet quite red.
Yep.
So when they're on a really dry surface and soft,
Yeah.
this calms down. It goes back to a normal pink.
He's been hanging out in the wood trail a lot lately.
Right, okay. Yeah.
But no, his front, the abnormal paw, it had a little tiny hole in it, a little pock.
Okay.
Hole.
Yep, and that's healed on the front.
Yes.
It's
Front
just
right.
look at you up here, little guy. Oh, he indeed has had bumblefoot up there.
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a look at. Oh, thank you. We can use that here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That way or the other way?
No, that's perfect. Thank you. Let's just wrap this little guy up. Up in there, little fella. This is what we call a V shape, and he's really supported there. So you can then look at front paws really easily.
Is he on screen?
Yeah, he
He's up
is.
there now? Okay.
Yeah, he's on there. He's got, ooh, wow, he's got some really strange nails there, hasn't he?
Yeah, they curl right under.
Yeah.
Clip.
Hey.
And as they get older, they get thicker.
Yeah, these ones are so skinny and tiny.
These are tiny. They're miniature nails.
Just on that one paw because he's missing his
Yeah.
toes. He was born without toes.
Yeah, he doesn't have toes. Yeah.
No.
No digits.
And only half a paw.
So was he born that way, or did he have
Yeah.
an accident?
No, he was born that way.
So just on that foot.
Just
Yeah,
that one
because he's
foot.
got a normal paw this side.
Yep.
Yeah, you got something stuck in your nose as well, little guy.
Might be the hay.
Yeah, he has something stuck there. All right, let's see what's going on.
And they hurt their little digits so easily.
Yeah.
In another group, a person put up a picture of their little one had somehow lost the tip of a toe.
Just going to give him for a minute to
What
hold.
do I do? So the advice was
I think
to
we'll get
fix
you
them.
some close-up images of what his little foot is doing, because he's been born with that, which is it's unusual. We had a piggy the other day with no toes that was not here, but in a different country, and they were worried about it. We've had the same thing with ringtail possums, born without claws, and they're actually euthanized. That's the process because they cannot climb trees, so they can't return to the wild. So we've had babies coming with that issue. It's devastating for carers. It's just, it's awful.
The first vet that diagnosed him said you'll have to keep his weight off him and he's probably not going to live a very long life. Oh, he's going to 5.5 now.
That's right, he's doing okay. Yeah, it's a birth defect for sure. Suzanne, would you like to film?
Have a go.
And let's see if we can get this. There we go. You might have to come around with me. Yeah. Look over my shoulder. So I'll press that and turn it on. That's on. There we go. And I'll zoom in with that. So it's zoomed in quite close. So that all we've got to do is keep it there. Come back here, little fella. We'll turn this little guy around so that he's here. But this little fellow, what's his name again? Rocky has on his front paws, he's had bumblefoot, but it's really interesting. His left paw. Oh, let me. You right?
Yep. It's making me bend.
Okay, so Rocky's left, that's his physical left paw, is perfectly normal, and the issue is actually here with his right paw, which is actually a birth defect, and we don't see something like this very common. So it's almost like a little stump foot, but you'll notice there are no digits. There's actually little tiny miniature toenails coming out of the main ball of the foot.
Goodness.
Yeah, and they're so tiny, so thin. And now he has had bumblefoot, which is well into repair. But it's interesting. We're just talking about his life expectancy, and originally the vet had said, he won't live a long life, but he's now 5 and a bit years of age. Yeah, we've had many guinea pigs with lots of deformity issues that if they're looked after, they can have a really good life. But this is no different, and you can see how unusual this claw is. Oh no, we're not hurting it, sweetie. It's almost like half a claw, like half a foot pad length. It's not the normal length at all, and there's definitely no digits. Like if we look right at where the nails come out, they're coming straight out of really the claw itself. So that's really, really unusual. Yeah, but he doesn't have spurs or anything there, and certainly the bumblefoot that was there previously has gone, so that's fine. What we would recommend, if that ever reopens or starts, is a terramycin spray. And just, sometimes we'll need to bandage a foot, but in more cases than not, like a little foot like this would be difficult to keep a bandage on, because literally there's like, if we look at it side on, it's like a little stump, really, stump foot. Yeah, can you see the side on view there? Like, yeah.
Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's
it's sort of just a stump. There's his little wrist, which is almost not that much thinner than the foot, or what is the foot. Yeah. So Rocky, you're a lucky little piggy, but Rocky has another issue. We've just cleaned his bottom, but he has another issue. If you look really carefully, and he's got a dark nose, he's actually got something stuck in his left nostril. Can you see it? In there? It's like...
It's a bit dark in there.
It's a bit dark, isn't it? You can just make it out in the image. You go up a bit, up and then down. Stay there. That's it. Okay. You can just see there's something stuck in there.
Oh, a tiny flicker of something paler, right?
Yeah, there's something stuck in his nose. Possibly. So we're going to look at just getting that out. I'll put my headset on here. I'm just going to reach past you for a sec. Put that on there. I think we'll put the light on so you can see it better as well.
That is definitely
that'll help.
Being charged.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It has.
Rocky, you are such a good little patient.
Yeah. This is the hard
bit. Such a good little patient. He hasn't got much choice.
Can you put the phone down? Press stop for a minute, and just put that's it. And just put your hand where mine is. No, on Rocky. Just hold Rocky there.
There we go.
Keep him.
Yep.
Keep him there.
It's all right, mate. It's gonna help you. Your nose is gonna feel so much better in a minute. No more tickly icklies in there. No more tickly icklies. Oh, the strobe setting.
Yeah. Might help with a bit of maybe. It's a bit in here.
You're not worried about that?
Let's see.
Do you want me to film this?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, he's got a whole snotty. You can really see it here. There's a lot bunged up in there, actually. Just going to get... Actually, I'll put you back again. Just press stop
the red dot is taping or not?
No, that's not taping. So just pop down. If you hold him, I just want to get little tweezers I can get that out with. It's really bunged up, actually. You have to be so careful.
Indeed.
Okay.
Especially with pointy.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. You grab the phone. Let's see.
Press the red dot.
Yep.
Now all I can see is me.
Stop. Flip. On. Zoomed in. Oop, zoomed in. That one, baby. Should be up. Can you see his nose there? Look at.
Yes.
Can you see now what's in there?
Ooh.
It's quite substantial. Ooh. Whatever's in there.
Can they get fungal in the nose?
They can get all sorts of things in the nose. We've had guinea pigs with bone infections, but usually you have a rupturing abscess as a result. So I'm just going to wipe downwards first, just to see if we can mobilise that a bit outwards.
I might do a big sneeze.
He's got a terribly blocked nose there. He does. You can see there's a big chunk of something. What did I do with those?
Tweezers are just
Just there.
Where are they?
there.
Here.
That's
Okay.
it.
Got everything on my head at once. Oh, okay. Right. Can is my light right on here? Oh.
I saw tweezers the other day that have a torch inbuilt.
Yeah, we've used them. There's a couple of black pairs in there that are like
I
that.
was thinking I should get them for
Good,
you.
there we go. Try a little guy. Just going to try and move this out a bit. Good. I know it's in your nose. Like to eat it, would you? Yeah, I've moved it. So I'm hoping it can just. Good boy. Did you sneeze it out then?
Good boy.
I hope he sneezed it out. There's a lot of backup of moisture behind it. So, yeah, I think that's what's. There we go.
Where is he? Oh, there he is.
Can you see him?
Yes.
Yeah. So, hopefully, that's clear that he did do that big sneeze. And I'm hoping that was all of it. A careful look around. Doesn't seem to be there. I saw something shoot when he sneezed. So I think in moving it, he's cleared it. There's a lot of clear liquid coming down now.
Right.
So I think that was building up behind it.
Did you have a sinus
There we
issue,
go.
mate?
There we go. That's it. You're good, Rocky. You're good.
There he is.
That's awesome.
So much
So we
happier.
can stop here. We can stop that one recording.
Look at the
Yeah, really unusual. So, and I'm glad we spotted that because, yeah, just had to mobilise it a bit and he sneezed and it came out because it was stuck at the end of his nose.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
So-
Rocky. Keep an eye on that nose and what you can do, like it's not there anymore,
Yep.
but using a Q-tip like this, now with what is coming down the discharge, just wipe outwards to help it come away so that can continue just to flow out.
Right.
He doesn't have it in both nasal passages, it's just in the one. So that sort of indicates it's more about something being stuck or dislodged. It could also be to do with that paw because normally they can groom themselves so well. And he probably got something there, he just couldn't quite get it out on that side. There was a lot of green stuff in there and then a lot of liquid behind it. So, and the problem with getting a nose stuck with an object is that if it pierces the internal lining, it can cause infection and that backs up and then they get abscesses and things. And yeah, but there was no obvious sort of perforation there. So, wow, Rocky.
Sir Furry Butt. Is it a miss or a sir?
Okay.
Yes,
So who do we have now? Whoa. Spent. Holy dooly. Here's this little one. She looks like Rocky. Different version.
Yeah.
She related to him? No. Okay.
I adopted her from Maru.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Just a little bit of crystallization showing just there.
Okay, what is that?
But it can often indicate calcification.
Right.
Things like stones or just a higher level of calcium. But there's only one little bit of it, like you can see that whitish discoloration. It's at the top there. So there's no stone or anything I can feel in the ureter, which is good. What is that? What's going on down there? Oh, it's just a bit of fur. Under there. Gorgeous girl. Oh, she's got very big lymphatic lumps there.
Right.
Very, very inflamed under her arms, where he had the tiniest little one that we wouldn't pay any attention to. She's actually got them on both sides under the arms here. So if you were to put your hands just where mine are, directly under the armpit and then come backwards, you'll feel that. See that mass?
Yeah.
Feel that?
Yep.
That's not normal.
Right. So what causes that?
It can be a number of things. So if they have had, for example, a sickness like a pneumonia or something, or just been unwell for some reason, it's a bit like the glands that we have in those areas, they swell up.
Okay.
So that's what's going on there. Or it can be to do with, something in the body that they're not happy with. So for her, I just keep an eye on her weight.
Yep. Yeah,
Treat
she's
her as
huge.
normal. If she's really good. She's actually really good.
There hasn't been any weight decrease in any of them except for the one.
Right, the one over there.
Yeah.
So I'll just do your little ears out, little one. And
I get a lot of moisture and a little bit of mold in the front room where they are.
okay.
They're thinking about getting a dehumidifier or something.
Yeah, do you know what you can use? And a lot of people aren't aware of it, is a salt stone. You know the salt lamps that you get?
Yeah.
They're actually they're an air purifier, but what they do is actually draw moisture out of the air. And if you sit them in a container, you'll actually find that there's like a pool of 1 inch of water at the bottom. So it actually just naturally pulls
it
moisture
in and
out
then
of
you can throw the water away.
Absolutely.
And reuse the salt.
Yeah, just keep it there till it goes to
Because
nothing.
that's the thing I hate about the
Yeah.
crystals is
Yeah.
once they've absorbed
Yeah.
the moisture, you have to
Yeah.
go to landfill rubbish.
Yeah, exactly.
go through
No,
a few
natural
of those.
salt actually does. I might even
Right.
pull mine out because I keep them in the shelters. So, yeah,
Okay.
so I'll pull them out and show you what they do. But little things like that are, like, it's a more natural way of dealing with that
Yeah.
sort of heat. She's just got a bit of fungal buildup in that ear more than this
Right.
one. But, she's looking good. She's a girl that's got a bit of a grease gland issue. I don't know whether you've noticed that.
No.
So people often talk about boys with grease glands, but this is a girl that has a grease gland issue. Same thing. If we have a look at it,
Oh,
see there?
Yes.
So this is a female
Wow.
grease gland. So it's not just boys.
Because
That
we
have
gave her a
that?
bath about 3 weeks ago and I never noticed it.
Yeah, so that's it, just building up there. And all we do is just wash that. You can just do that locally with a bit of Malaseb or whatever shampoo, but we recommend Malaseb because it's an antifungal and it just cuts through that.
Yep, I've got some.
So,
at home.
yeah, so we can do that now. But it's just, it's an interesting thing to note.
Yeah.
And, yeah. We might even, I'll get you to do that again. We'll do another little one.
They normally clean their grease glands, don't they?
Well, they groom that area. It's like all parts of their body. They like to keep clean, essentially, but it's a really waxy buildup and they can't often take that off. So if it is an slightly overactive, gland, they end up with, this yellowing that's there.
Plus, if she's got a swollen gland under her armpit, she may not be able to reach around quite as far.
Maybe, yeah. There we go.
Whatever the reason.
That's on. So you could actually go on that side, I think, with this, because I think it might give better light.
The sunshine's coming in.
Yeah.
Yay, sunshine!
What's her name again?
Nyra.
Nyra, I've got so much on this week. My brain is frazzled. So this is Myra, and Myra's
Nyra.
with an N. Okay.
It's an unusual name.
Nyra, yeah. So this is Nyra. She's super, super gorgeous. And one thing I wanted to talk about was grease glands, because you hear people, well, there's a few things with grease glands, but people predominantly talk about males as having problems with grease glands, but she's a girl. And it's just to share with you that girls also can have issues in that the grease gland, which is down here, right at the bottom, can build up and cause, that's harder for me to find, build up like this. You can see this stickiness that's in there, but that's grease gland yellowing, and often it sort of touches and it breaks away and is generally quite oily. But girls also have a grease gland. Now, years ago, they used to say you had to squeeze the grease gland. Don't ever squeeze the grease gland on boys or girls. Don't ever do that, because it's quite a natural secretion that comes from there, and it's just that some piggies have more of a build-up than others. So it's quite natural. There's nothing needs to be done. If you're wanting to clear this, it's very, very easy. because you can use Malaseb in water. I've got some here. And literally, we just put it on that area like that. Just rub it onto that area. It just softens it.
So that'll break down the oil as well.
Yeah, it just helps break it down. And then with a little bit of agitation, just with a Q-tip like this, you can then start to wipe and get that off. You can see some of it coming off into the coat there. And it's just a process of just doing that until you clean it off in the area. It sort of soaps up. You can hear her noise. She's like, what are you doing down there? We're just cleaning it. There's also quite a, you'll notice it's sort of a divotty-like area. There's skin that's sort of raised, and where the yellowing is starting to build up, it's you've got to sort of work around it a bit like you do with ears when they've got, lots within their ear area. She's actually got some glandy issues happening. You can see now the hairs are lifting up. Oh, she's doing a wee as well. But the hairs are starting to lift up now, and you just slowly work this off the area like that. That's all you do. So there's nothing wrong. It's nothing that we have to fix. It's more of a grooming exercise. And it's softest like this. When you give them a bath, it does come away, but you just need to be a little bit more local with the Malaseb in that area to sort of break it down, because it does get waxy and hard. So she's going to have a bath later. So we'll just do a quick little job
I was going
here.
to ask if you would rinse off the Malaseb afterwards.
No, we always leave Malaseb on. So when you see me wash guinea pigs, we do a light rinse, and this is just light because it's mixed with water.
It's very
not
dilute. That solution. It's like
Yes.
2 or 3 drops in
Absolutely.
100 ml of water.
Yes.
It's very dilute.
It's a dilute area, but no, we leave this on, and that will just continue. You can see it slowly coming off as the hair lifts. Now what you can also do is get a little comb, like, I'll just grab one out of here. Oh, that's a perfect one. This is perfect. There we go. Just work with it. There. Like that. There we go. All right. So this one is like a flea comb. So these are fantastic with guinea pigs with very fine areas that you're working on. So in an area like this where we've got little hairs, you can just carefully see how it's lifting it straight off, because we have softened it with the Malaseb. Then you literally just lift it off. It comes away. You can see she's not making a noise. She's doing wee.
Oops. Okay, I've just pressed something.
Huh? Is it still going?
No,
Okay, hold on.
I think I pressed the button at the side.
That's all right. Let me just go back to... Did you get some of that on there?
Yes,
Yeah, there you go. It
yes.
should be back. Yep. That's it.
So I
you
noticed as soon as it went. So there we
Yeah.
are. We're back again, people.
See how oily it is here? That's because it's just got the waxy substance coming off. Now, one of the problems if you don't clean a grease gland is that you've got fur sticking against the skin, which can make it really sore, and then you sort of get a fungal composition also building up. So just by cleaning it like that, it just means that wee, isn't she? She's like, I think she's actually trying to hit me to get me away. She is.
That's her saying, stop
And
it.
you know how I commented on the calcified look? Look how
Yeah.
creamy it is that
Yeah,
she's
it is.
peeing out. Yeah.
That's her.
It's her saying, I've had enough, stop that. But by just clearing this gently, it stops any build-up in that area. And for her, then there can't be any sort of further onset issues like fungal or anything that can develop. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So same process for boys, exactly the same. And we see this also when we have guinea pigs that are much more fluffy like this. Like she's got a drop shoulder coat here. So that's why that's occurring. We can't do anything about it. We can just work on it like that. That's it.
Good girl, Nyra. There's your
Good
face.
girl,
There
Nyra.
you are. What a pretty face. Yeah.
There she is.
Okay,
Thank
and
you.
stop.
Thanks, Suzanne. That's awesome. So yeah. So we'll do her little ears up here. Keep an eye on her weight.
Yeah, I don't know what to do, how to get the weight down because it's.
Oh, you don't need to.
unlimited
No,
hay
her
and-
weight is fine.
Oh, okay.
She is a good weight. I wouldn't be trying to reduce that at all.
Oh, because the vet said that one and the other one were a little bit heavy.
No, she's not heavy.
Oh,
She's
okay.
beautiful. And if anything, I would look at keeping her at this and calling it her maintenance weight.
Yep.
Because
Just make sure she doesn't drop.
yes, yeah, you don't want that to go down at all. So some piggies are larger. We call them potatoes, but essentially guinea pigs have a small head and then a bigger butt. So they're like a triangular shape. And when we get guinea pigs that come in that are just one rectangular shape, they're actually a little bit on the thin side. So yeah, she's a great, she's a great shape.
Okay, good.
The thing I'd keep an eye on her weight for is the lumps that she's got under there. That she's just.
I generally weigh them when I bath them or do their toenails like once a month. Sort of thing.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. No, I would just because we've had such drastic weather changes, not just now, but the last 3 months have been all over the place here in Australia. And we normally have such a beautiful summer. We really didn't get a summer, did we?
No.
So it's been very tricky.
So should I be doing that too?
When you give her a bath or attend to her nails, yes, you should wipe her ears out. The reason she's got this evident in her ears is because, again, of her coat. She's just got more that can catch on there, more that can sort of hide away in there. When she rubs her face, it goes up from...
I've got a little bin there.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, so just...
She's enjoying that.
Yeah, it was just getting a little bit rough in there, and that can be a bit difficult in terms of fungal, because it then becomes skin debris and moist, and it goes from there. Just hidden away in the little edges, that's all. These are not bad ears by any means. Not at all.
She's such a good girl.
She is, yeah. Yeah, she didn't like her. You see these little hairs coming out of there? You see that? On the end? So they were down in her eardrum. They've been tickling her as well. So longer haired piggies get that happening. And that's fine. So just clearing their little ears, I think, would be more comfortable. But the bigger thing is just stopping any fungal outbreaks, because it does. Did you see the hair come out with that one? See there?
No.
That was right down in her ear.
That
So-
would tickle.
It would have tickled coming out, wouldn't it?
It would tickle in there.
No wonder she moved.
Would you like me to ivermectin them?
Oh, that would be great. Yeah. Have they had ivermec lately?
No, not for 5-6 months.
Let's put it on them now. And then if you take it with you as well,
I've got some spot on stuff at home.
have you got what
Yeah, I put on
sort
the
of spot on?
ears. I got it from Beth in Queensland Rescue.
What
Uh,
spot on? What do you mean?
Is it
Ivermectin.
Oh, if it's ivermec, you may as well just do it at home then when you go back,
Mhm.
which is fine. But they need it.
Yeah.
So,
I used to have oral, but this time I got the spot stuff.
well,
on the
it is
ears.
actually both.
It's
Oh,
the same.
It is. It's the same.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why it's safe to put on them, because
Right.
if they lick their coat,
Yep.
they can ingest it as well. The injectable form is actually the same, except it is in a container that remains completely sterile, suitable for injection. So,
Okay.
yeah. But that's the only difference. There we go.
Yeah.
So she can go back
Thank
to
you.
you. And then if you get number 3 for me, I'm going to change this over.
So she goes back in. Excellent.
I may as well leave that on there, I think.
Leave the cow.
While I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do that. Okay. So who is this one that's coming out? Maya.
Nyra and
Nyra and Maya. That's tricky. That's like you want to try that fast.
Well.
She weighs the same as Nyra.
Okay. Okay. So this is Maya.
Yes.
Is she sisters related or no?
No, they're all unrelated.
Right. Okay.
She's had an overectomy.
She has. Okay. When did she have that?
About a year ago.
Okay.
She was having issues where we were at the vet several times,
Mm-hmm.
squealing and arching her back in pain.
Okay.
And they just suggested, they didn't think it was related, but they suggested to do it, and she hasn't had any issues since.
Okay. Yep. Because they do when they start to get polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is to do with the ovaries, when they start to become a problem, any sort of touching in this region, they'll kick and scratch, and that's a sign that it's getting really serious. Yeah. So it sounds like that's what was going on. It's good you've done that. She's super cute. Aren't you cute? She's gorgeous. You say hello on there.
She's
Say
a
hello.
ravenous piggie. She's always super hungry. The hungriest one I've ever owned.
How old is she?
2 3/4.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
she's
2
got
1/2,
some.
that one, sorry.
She's got some little lymph nodes up here on the left, but again, don't worry about that. Just monitor their weight.
Yeah.
A lot of it is probably more related to change of conditions than anything. So. It's purring. Okay. Ooh. That's probably surgical scarring I can feel down there. She's got, yeah, okay.
Is there anything you can put on the scar to
No,
reduce
it's internal, but she definitely has a very big ridge line. Yeah, it's definitely the scarring because it also extends over to here. But you can feel it if you put your finger, like what you'll feel on your other girls is smoothness, but put your thumb, I'll show you, follow from my finger down onto here and you'll feel like Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah,
you see it?
Yep.
That scar tissue building up in that region, and it's also here if you feel over this way. So try that way.
Yep.
See, it's quite serious. So that, yeah, it's actually, wow. It's really nasty, actually. If you feel in there, because it's really quite massive lumps.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it's substantial, but they're not bothering her, but you do get scar tissue from any surgical intervention. The thing I would be concerned about is, again, just monitoring her weight. You know, you're saying she seems happy enough in itself, but she has massive, if I put my fingers around this scarring, it's actually here. And down, like right down in there. I don't know if YouTube can see that either, but it's massively here. It extends all the way in, and here as well. So this one's a bit smaller there, but it's quite substantial, and it is like you might just see the ridge line. It goes straight to here and then bump, massive divot up. So with scar tissue, it's often known as keloid tissue, and it can become quite invasive, and because it attaches and it's adhering to whatever's in that area, that can cause further issues. So sometimes when people have repeated surgery, part of the surgery actually removes some of the scarring from previously. So that's sort of why it's there. And you know, it's good that it's been done, because she's a happy piggy. She's a lovely weight. Her coat's beautiful, like everything's spot on with her. But it might become painful at some point if it's a bit like having a big marble type feel in there, or if it, yeah.
And then she'd have to have it removed.
Yeah. With scar tissue, if you were to cut your hand, for example, and you are through the process of rehabilitation, bending and using your hand, what happens is that the body has to lay down new tissue, what we call scar tissue, but it lays it down parallel in the direction of the stretching movement of your hand. So when you're doing this, that's what happens. When we have areas that can't be stretched, or like on the soles of your feet or internally, the body just has to repair with scar tissue again, but it does it randomly. It just lays it down randomly. So the difference in the type of scar tissue and what we call keloid scarring is that keloid scarring is random, and it doesn't have strength in it, doesn't have elasticity, because it's literally put down in any sort of random order. The body's just laying the tissue down to fix. But when it's being laid in an area that's being stretched, it's a little bit more elastic and it has a little bit more give in it. And that's why keloid scars, once they're in place, they're sort of fixed. They don't grow, they're there. But if you were to ever stretch them or do that, they'd break. Yeah. But internal, that's why it happens the way it does. As part of the surgery, they've obviously had to go. Did she have? I assume they went through the abdomen.
Top.
Did they go through the top?
Flanks, yeah.
Okay, wow. Yeah, because that's interesting.
So scarring.
Yeah, because that's the area that they've
Yeah.
affected. That's because they do it keyhole,
Yeah.
keyhole through the top, through here, and it's keyhole surgery. It's like what we have available. So the surgery site is easy to access and it's easy to heal through here because it's off the ground. There's no urination or anything trapped there. So it's a great way to do it. But there's actually quite a bit of depth to get down to the ovaries. But in terms of...
And organs to get around.
Oh, absolutely. And we've had, situations where they call them lesions. Adhesions, I think. Adhesions? Adhesions or lesions, something like that. Someone can correct me in the chat. But when they go down through that area, they have to navigate to where they're going. And if they slightly nick or edge something, differently, that scar tissue, builds and grows differently. So I think that those lumps, keep an eye on them. And how we monitor this is that they are both in the same location for the surgery that she's had. But monitor her weight. Like, she's beautiful. Her coat's lovely. Everything's fine. Just monitor her weight. And should anything change, you could get an ultrasound just to look at that to see, if there's anything more severe. But it's in the exact location. So I think it's just keloid scarring. Yeah. There you go, little one. All righty. She's back to you.
Thank you.
You got her? Yeah, it's an interesting area, tissue.
Mix them up. They're in separate pages.
How are they? They don't like each other?
I've tried introducing them a couple of times, but Nyra doesn't quite get on yet. We've got to keep trying.
So
Maya's okay.
Nobody?
Yeah. No, these two are in together.
Oh, these two. Oh, there's one.
So two pairs.
Yeah, that's all.
When Rocky goes, I want to be able to put Nyra in with them.
Yes.
So,
that would be nice.
Yeah.
Well, this is your little unwell one.
Yeah, this is the one that
hello.
She was 997 grams the end of February last year.
Okay.
And now she's 730.
What's her name?
Ruby.
Ruby. Hi, Ruby. Okay.
I did an ultrasound. They've palpated her.
Mm-hmm.
She's had gut stasis a couple of times, but they couldn't find what was the cause. They couldn't see any sludge or any stones. They checked the left ovary, but they couldn't see fully the right ovary.
Okay.
But we've booked her in for an ovarectomy and a blood test for the nodule on the thyroid.
Okay.
In a month.
Yeah.
Just in case it could be part of the issue, because we don't know.
So they're going to take that as well, you think?
So they'll go through the flanks again.
Yeah. No, but the thyroid lump?
They're not going to
touch
it. They said there's too many veins.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous area for surgery.
So they're just going to get the blood test to confirm if it is, and then put her on some medication.
Yeah, she's very pouchy down here and very thin up through here, which is typical of that. So I think that's a really good move. Yeah. They're very fluid filled. Have they shown anything on the ultrasounds or anything?
Say that because we had her at a piggy show about 3 weeks ago, and they said the same thing. But when I took her to my vet a week ago, they couldn't feel any fluid.
Yeah, if they're not used to feeling it,
Yeah,
I
maybe.
would, like, we get vets that are not used to it. To me,
Yep.
she feels very fluidy.
Yeah, and there were two
Yeah.
breeders that said the same thing.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, so we're not alone in that.
so that's
Okay.
probably a good idea, the overacting.
I think so. The thing, how old is she?
She's the one that's 2 3/4.
No, she's only young. Yeah. Hey, little one. I want to check that mouth of yours.
Yeah, they did the teeth check and they said it was all.
Well, it's not. No, it's not actually normal. And how I can tell that is that when I feel down here to the front, there's a massive sizer gap from the front to the next rear molars here. I can almost put my fingers in that divot.
Alright.
And a normal guinea pig, you can't. So there's something going on with her mouth that is, you see where see how I'm putting my fingers in the divot?
Yeah.
Yet her front teeth are way in front of my finger. So there is an issue with her mouth.
Also, we notice that her eyes bulge some of the time.
Okay.
And then they'll go back. So
Okay.
you'll see the lot of the white, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden they'll go back to what they are now. You can't see the white. The vet thought it might be related to stress and high blood pressure. And 'cause
Possibly.
at the beginning, she had bulgy eyes, and at the end of the checkup, she was normal.
Yeah. Let's have a look inside your mouth, little one, and see what's going on. The lump on the thyroid is not something I would worry about.
Okay.
I've got a video. It's built it years ago, actually. I haven't even released it because we've had really interesting thyroid things done. But it's just time, everyone.
So could the weight loss be related to ovaries that they could
Yes.
see on the ultrasound?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because they. Oh, what is that in there? They have. When they start to lose weight through polycystic ovarian syndrome, it happens around the shoulders area, and their rear area around the tummy tends to get bigger because the fluid is generally sitting there or bulging. So people often think, oh, they're still the same weight. But what's happened is a shift in their shape. So they're very bony over the shoulders and rib cage, and they get these big sort of bloaty, and she's sort of got that feel about her, which is what you've confirmed the others have felt. So she's got that feel, yeah. And yeah. So we can see what we can see in here.
She's definitely on alert at the moment.
Yeah, one of the eyes is popping out.
Look at that. Where she's like, what are you doing with those big spectacles? It's all right. I'm just having a look. Let's see. Come on. Top teeth are really great. Okay. He's all right. Easy. Mm. It's a bottom teeth.
Oh, right. So she does have an issue.
She's still grinding with them. Which is good. Let's see. If you want to come and look over my shoulder, or I'll pop this in and look right down the bottom. You can see how they're just pointing into the left side of the tongue. Can you see that? See those
really,
right down on the left there? Have we got the light in there, right?
Yellowy stuff.
Yeah, that's what she's
food.
pounding. Normally it's not as powdered as that. Like she's really been grinding that down. She can still grind them. Can you see them? They're down on the base of the tongue. That's not a good shot.
One.
Let's see again. Let's see. That's because they're sort of bulging a little bit into the, yeah, it's hard to see there, but they're sort of just coming into the edge of the tongue.
Okay.
So it's not an issue yet, but it could be later if she goes off her food.
Right.
The look of the food that's in there is almost like, and you saw it just then, it's like the finest of fine food. So she's grinding really well. and swallowing, but she's, yeah, let me just have a look at the front ones. I didn't check those. Let's see, little girl, let me see here. It's good. Yeah, they're okay. Yeah, they're okay. I think the bottom rear teeth are just starting to clip into the tongue.
Right.
So you might
Not even filed when she's under surgery, maybe.
no, I think it'd be too much with the
Right.
surgery and doing that.
Okay.
But and she's still grinding at the moment.
Yep.
So is she dropping weight?
Yeah, well, very slowly, but
Yeah.
she's lost 265 in 14 months.
Yeah, okay. I would get the surgery done that you're going ahead with.
Yep.
And then monitor her weight from there, because I think that will make a huge difference.
Right.
Piggies that have that dealt with, it really does help them.
Yeah.
So
And she did go off a food and she had gut stasis in November, so I had to give her critical care.
for that, yeah. So yeah, like the state of the teeth is not something that's stopping her from eating.
Yep.
She does have, when you feel her little face, it's mobile. Why? Yeah, she has a very enormous gap there from the front to the rear. What I've found with guinea pigs that are struggling, what was that? When this is happening, they don't tend to eat as much. They're struggling with this lengthened gap
Okay.
that's occurring here. Like your other piggies, you won't be able to put your fingers in that location.
Yep.
But you can with her. So there's no way they can sort of change the bone structure or anything like that, but it just indicates that there's more going on here than what is normal. Some piggies also start to grind their food with their teeth forwards and back rather than left to right as much, and the food consistency in there is really like I mean, it's even more blended than baby powder. It's so fine. It's like you can see it there. So maybe there's a shift in how she's actually moving those teeth right now. So the only way we can gauge that is by monitoring her weight, which you're doing. She's got the surgery coming up. Keep monitoring through that, and revisit those bottom teeth later. They're clipping the edge of her tongue at the moment. The bottom ones, the top ones are fine, but I don't think that's the issue. I think it's more to do with this gap here. And I think that's possibly the grinding method she's using. So maybe film her eating, watching how she actually eats. Put her with the others and watch the speed of eating. We had a really good video out on Saturn guinea pigs, which was a week or so ago. But in that, there's a monitoring process for eating. People say, oh, they're eating. But when you really look and you really count, they're not eating at the same rate as others. So, yeah, I'd like some. That's what we would do here, is really just look at what that consumption level is. And once she gets this dealt with here, that will make a big difference because they get very thin through this section. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so try that and keep us posted.
Yeah, will do.
Yeah, because there's nothing we can do about that. But just put stages in to monitor her. Yeah. Hopefully that'll make a big impact. She's so young. She's only 2.5. She's
The
young.
last purebred Hemi I had, she passed away of it. We had to have her put down from aggressive cancer.
Okay.
So she developed a little lump in the back and that went to her lymph nodes.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, she hasn't got as much of a lymph issue as the other girl before.
Yeah.
So I do think that the surgery is the right track, even though the vet can't feel it.
Yeah.
I think it'll make the difference. So
Okay.
yeah.
Right, great. Thanks very much.
Yeah, keep me posted. That's awesome. Yeah.
Donation.
Oh, we normally have a folder, but we don't have it here. But thank you. That would be wonderful.
I
Oh,
can tuck
thank
it
you.
into the bag.
Oh, thank you. That's a
Oh,
great
that is
one.
fantastic. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Thank you.
That's
That's
very
great.
generous.
Oh, thank you. And yeah, keep me posted on her surgery. Yeah, how that goes, and then we'll go from there.
Great, thank you very much.
Okay. Cheers.
See you
Bye.
later. Good luck with it. Oh,
So we've got
Suzanne. And Amy. Slowly getting better at remembering.
Hi, hello again. How are you?
Good to see you.
Where's your girl? We'll get her out. How's she
Give an
gone?
update, Amy?
Well,
She's
she's
had some.
a lot bigger.
Yeah, she's had some dental
And
surgery
yeah, she
now.
had her teeth clipped.
Yeah.
We gave
Oh,
her.
just give me 1 sec.
the
I'm just going to
intercol.
give me 1 sec. Sorry, I'll be right back. Grab some water.
Find another weight.
Oh, the lorikeets are hanging there. Sorry, I thought I'd better do that because I've been chatting.
So she had her intercol and
Okay.
what do you call it, with charcoal.
Yeah,
Um,
because she had some bloat.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
She's looking much fluffier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's gained a little bit of weight. And
Okay.
what do you call it, we went to the vet people.
Yep.
The exotic vets.
Yeah.
And they clipped her teeth and they said that she needs like vitamin C tablets.
Okay. Good.
Right, so we've been giving her those.
Yep.
And then they said, what do you call it, that we have to come back every 10 days for 6 weeks to get her teeth clipped.
10 days.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
And it's like
yeah,
far
that's
away.
it's like yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then after that we have to come back like every month for the
So
rest
she
of
had
her life.
some pain meds just
Yeah.
to keep her comfortable after
For
the teeth
5
were done.
days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how's her eating after they did the dental?
After I did the dental, she would eat like after she
She's
had the
purring
pain meds.
lovely. She's so
Yeah.
happy, isn't she?
What do you call it? So we gave her some critical care food.
Yeah.
What do you call it, for a couple of days, but now she's pretty much like back to normal.
Good. That's really, really
Yeah,
good.
her food's looking
That's
better.
excellent. And she's eating really well. Yeah. Excellent.
So we just, I guess, trying to work out a plan to maintain her teeth in a way
'Cause
that's
we don't-
manageable.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can't really like go there
Yeah.
that often.
So she's in better shape for now, which is good.
Okay.
Much
Fantastic.
happier.
I'm really glad you got her down there because when I saw her, yeah, you had a completely wrong wrong direction on which way to go with her. So now she's looking so much better and happier. Listen to the purring. Fantastic. So maybe let's get some grass down there, a little strand of something, and let's see how she goes. Let's pick her a little bit, see what she does with it here. Do you want to try this for me? Come on. Good girl. Because what I want to do is just try and take it off her. Okay. Good. She's got a bit of strength in doing it
Yeah.
now, which is good. Is it yummy?
She always tried to play tug of war with the critical care food when
Yeah.
there was nothing left in the syringe. She'd take one.
She liked it.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's eating quite well, which is great. So keep measuring her weight. That's
Yep.
going to be key because it's the first indication that things are not quite right.
She
With
went
her?
down a bit before she got her teeth clipped.
Okay.
And then basically, like, once she finished her pain meds, she's just gone up. now.
She's gone up. So when did she stop her pain meds?
That would be maybe, I think Wednesday was her last day.
Right, okay. All right. All right. Well, I found out about another solution that would be good for her, and I'll text you the details later for that. But I'm just going to take a peek at these teeth. Let's have a look at what's going on in here now. Hey, little one. Let's see you there. You don't like this, do you? Oh, that's much better. Yay. Much better. Okay. There's smelly in there too. A little bit. Okay. All right. That's much better. Okay. I'll just hang on to that tent. The wind is picking up. Anything to fly away. One thing that we can do, and that we do here, is actually give them a grinding tool. And I'll show you what we can do. But
Grab one out.
yeah, when they eat hay, you'll hear people say eating lots of strands of hay helps them grind their food down. But when they're in a situation where they've got their teeth that have overgrown and their teeth are no longer meshing, they can't grind because there's no grinding surface there between them. So what we do, so she needed immediate attention because they were clipping on her rear teeth.
Yeah.
But what we can do is use a grinding tool that is a little gritty tool that they can then, once they want to grind, they grab it and they just sit and they grind the edge off it, which helps them maintain their teeth.
Yeah.
So sometimes they need that immediate action first to get them back to normal, and then every now and then let them try a grinding tool. So this little one we'll use, actually I won't use that one.
Okay.
I don't need that one. Okay, this little grinding tool has lots of different faces to it, and she actually can twist it round to what she needs it to do. But to do that, and I'll do a video specifically on this, so we can show people how we do it. Just going to lower that down a bit. She just needs to be a little bit elevated at the front. Maybe a little bit more. Like, let me see. Yeah, about that height. Okay. Hi, she's worried. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But literally, you just give her that. Oh, there's her little mouth. There's her mouth. There. Okay.
Clever, isn't she?
Yeah. She can move that round if she wants to. There we go. Did you hear that grind then? But just want to use the right side. Hold on. Okay. Let me swallow that. Okay. Okay. There. It's trying to get it onto her back teeth where she had it. She knows it's there. You want to use it? Mm-hmm. So for now, she's actually doing really, really well. There we go. She did a little bit. And try it there again. Yeah. Good. So she's not really wanting to grind. She's done a couple of little ones, but that just tells me she's happy with things as they are now, and that's sort of reflective of how she is. So in itself, she doesn't actually need any dental right now.
Yeah.
So that's what doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the details later. I'll text that to you.
Yeah, thank you.
And for her right now, I think we just keep a check on her weight. Keep a check on that she's eating, and her weight is going to be the thing that shows you something's changing, because she's doing really, really well. So I think you just need to continue on that path. Yeah, and let the rest go at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll check in again and go from there. But she's looking super cute.
She is looking good.
Is she racing around? Yeah?
She's very playful with her friend.
She's just beautiful. She's really, really beautiful. And she's really fluffed up. I remember she was really quite thin through here. So she's, yeah, she's looking great. You're super cute.
So does she need any like grinding?
Nope.
Or anything?
No, she doesn't. No, she's
So what do you
perfectly
think
fine.
the time frame would be for her to be checked or to do some grinding?
I think what
sort
you
of-
need to look at is her weight. Monitor her weight because she's on a really good path. Weight is huge for guinea pigs because it shows you when something goes wrong fairly quickly. Like when you've got a 40-gram drop, that's like urinating day 1, urinating day 2. That's like you're on a down path after seeing that sort of a drop. That's when to recheck in and then give her the opportunity to try grinding, something like that, and then do the next steps
So
through
how
from there.
often should we check her weight?
I would be checking at least once a week, even once every half a week, because she's had some pretty extensive work done. So I'd be keeping a close eye on her. Do you find it easy to weigh her?
Yeah.
Yeah? So I'd be doing that maybe and write it down in a book. This is the day and this is the weight. And then that will sort of show you she's doing fine or not. Also looking at her like when she had the food just then and seeing if you can just pull it away, seeing if she is eating it. Have a look at the speed that she's eating at as well. Because when piggies start to have dental issues, they'll go straight to the food with other piggies. And you think, oh, they're eating because they picked up food, they're munching. But the piggy that's actually not eating as much generally might be far slower in eating.
Yep.
So they're not getting the same food. Or after a little bit, they just walk away because it's just too tiring. It's really energy burning and it's too tiring. They give up. So it'd be like eating with, half your mouth able to do. It's very difficult. Yeah. But for her, they look great in there. They look really good. So yeah, I would be leaving it at that. Because we really want piggies to be independent, to only need treatment when they absolutely need it. Because if we over treat, that can be as much of a problem as giving them no treatment. So for me, I'd recommend that. Yeah, for now. Yeah, and we'll just check in a week or two. Just contact me by text, and I'll text you later as well. So and do that. Yeah, that's so fine. Oh, thank you. Suzanne's looking. She's got a pocket over there. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. But no, I would go down that path. Yeah, and just I want you to be the main person looking after her and weighing her, keeping an eye on that. Her coat looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
Yeah, she's looking really, really good, and she's happy. She's purring. She's got a mouthful of food there. She's doing well. So yeah, keep her on that path. You've done great. Yeah, thanking you.
Thank you very much.
It's good to see you.
No worries. Okay, thanks.
Cheers, bye. Bye.
Hi, there's one person in front of all your
Who have we got? We are. So we've got Alyssa. Is Alyssa here? Alyssa, hi. Good, how are you? Come on over. I think we're still in the chat. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, everyone. Sorry, we're just back to back. I'll come back to the chat shortly and we can go through some questions and things. We've got far less screens up today because it's so windy. So let's have a look down here.
I'm learning.
Okay, Alyssa,
Yes, sure.
hi.
We have Bella and Shitake.
Bella and Shitake.
Yeah.
Hi, who first?
And
Do you want to let them get them out?
I
Is
think
that
that would
easy?
be a
Yeah,
good
turn around and you get your piggies out for
I
me.
just want to ask as well.
Yeah,
These
they're the ones.
these
Yeah.
a lot of red spots.
Oh, okay. Right, that's
Yesterday-
blood. Okay,
But
that's blood. Okay. Yeah.
I can smell it. I
Okay.
can smell like blood.
All right.
I fed them tomatoes the other day.
Yeah, this
couple
is
of
not
them.
tomatoes.
But
So,
I
so they live together. Yeah.
I have 5 altogether.
Okay.
I checked all of them.
Just hang on to that piggy for a minute for me. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'll just explain to YouTube because they're watching on here. So this is the 2 piggies that we're going to see. We're going to work out what's going on, but this is their bedding, and you can see here. See this discoloration that's occurring. So this is partly why they're worried. And this looks like calcification here when we see it. It's like the white that we saw on guinea pigs earlier, but you can see it here. It's sort of clumpy. It's almost like powdery in its appearance, and this is combined with blood and powdery. So, okay. When did you notice this starting?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay. I might get Suzanne might want to do this one. There you go.
I'm cameraman today.
You're a cameraman today, aren't you?
Camera person.
Thank you.
So we've wiped
Maybe you hop around
everyone.
the front. Might be good. Yeah.
and we
So you weighed everyone and they're okay?
this one she's lost weight.
Okay.
So
I'll just let Suzanne hop in there and I'll get you to move over that way a bit for me. So
Fine.
we're just going to talk about this mat for a minute because it's a really good example.
Of what you like.
Yeah, of what to look for. Here we go. All right, I think that's on.
It's got the red
It's
dot.
got the square or the dot?
It's got
Oh,
the
press.
red dot.
Yeah, if you press the dot, it'll be a square.
Black square.
Okay, so we have got, hi everyone, we have got, this is bedding that's being used. And by the way, I absolutely love this bedding. This is the best bedding ever. I've moved off fleece and we use these. They're called bubble mats or toggle mats. And they literally, anything that comes onto there like hay or other debris, you shake them, it just goes away. It's so easy. There's no brushing and combing like we do with fleece. And they're so absorbent, it goes through to this bottom level with a piece of toweling underneath it. It's just fantastic bedding. But that aside, we've got some piggies that we're going to look at now, but this spotting has been noticed on the bedding, and people often ask what sort of spotting is serious, what should you look for? Well, this spotting here, you can see it's very red and deep in color, but it's also got a little bit of whitish. If we look over here, similarly, white, and this white generally is calcium. It's the calcification. Well, we'll start again.
Calcium carbonate.
It's calcium carbonate. It's an easy way to say it. Being excreted from the body, and it looks like a white powdery substance when you see it in caging. And quite often, if you've got hay there, you may not notice it. So there's little bits of it around. Then we've got these patches here and here that look a little blood-like. Now, because it's dried, it looks today like oldish blood. But one of the differences that does help when you see something that looks like blood is noticing the color, if it's bright red or if it's more of a dark color. Because if it's bright red, it's generally fresh, and if it is darker, it's something more related to clotting. So yeah, that's fascinating. So let's have a look at the piggies and see if we can work out what's going on. So who's this? Bella? Hello, Bella. So Bella, you said, has lost a bit of weight. Is that right? Yes. Okay. Yeah, she has. Okay. How quickly has she lost the weight?
I noticed in a couple of weeks.
In a couple of weeks.
Yes,
Okay.
And because I used to work them monthly,
Yeah.
I think her pretty okay. She's still eating, drinking.
Okay. Is she pooping normal?
Normal. I didn't get all the poops.
Produce one for us.
Yeah. Has she had any checks like scans or anything done with vets? No, not yet. Okay. If we look at Bella, see how around this opening there's also the matching crystallization that's creaminess there. Now, generally we see this when guinea pigs have calcium that's being excreted from the body. They can, as a rule, also have stones that are in formation. What I'm feeling now is the ureter, which is, it extends here from the base of the bladder down and out. See if I can feel any stone, which I can't. There is a tiny, tiny lump in there. There is actually a tiny, tiny lump there, but nothing I would worry about. Her abdomen, let's have a look. She's not in any pain from that. Oh, that was, wasn't it? Yeah, is that sore? Okay. Yeah, so she has a little bit of pain on the right-hand side of the bladder area. Yeah, it's the same location just then. Okay, so that location, just to show you where, is right here. That was painful to her. Just want to carefully feel there. Okay. Yeah, okay, I got it. I got it. All right. What would be the best thing is a quick x-ray of her to see if she actually has a bladder stone. She has none that are in the ureter, and what happens with bladder stones, they can form and they can get stuck in the bladder where they can't come out, and it can, when they get large enough and they actually stop at the base of the bladder, the guinea pigs, then it interferes with their whole urinary process and they can die from that. But if they are able to pass them into the next area, which is known as the ureter, they can travel out and we can actually take them out, which is, you know, these are little stones, the ones that we take out regularly. So females have a higher chance of being able to pass them out. Now, when they do pass stones, particularly if they're a bit bigger, it can be painful and there can be blood associated with that. So she may have in fact passed a little stone, which could explain this here, or she may have more going on with that bladder in terms of a urinary tract infection. So the pain that she's got there, which is in this region here, so it's on this side, is sore to her. Certainly not in this position. She's not jumping. I'm just feeling very carefully for her. Hey, little one. Oh, I'm doing a poo. That's what we need.
Looks good.
It's a healthy poo as well. It's a healthy little poo.
It's a lovely face.
I'm just going to press from the underside. Yeah, it's the same place every time. It's just literally my finger, if I was to go directly from my thumb down, it's directly on that right-hand side of the lower bladder, is painful to her. So
How did she react to when you pressed?
that area,
Yeah.
just then, she's like a,
She started to
it's like a
chew.
little high weak. Yeah, very painful to touch.
And I was actually
So,
filming her face.
Yeah.
And her face started to twitch.
Yes, yeah, it's painful. So she has now. She does have that, yeah. So let me feel that.
By the way, she's quite old.
How old is she?
She's about 6 years old.
Is she? Wow. Okay.
She's in beautiful condition.
Oh, she
Apart from the painful bit.
She's from Queensland.
Okay.
Yeah, she actually has. She does have a lump in here, but I don't believe that's. It's just here. It's under. It's actually almost to the knee. Can you see where her teat is there? It's actually. It's here. It's moving up towards her leg, but I don't believe that has. Yeah, I don't believe that is a lot to do with it. It's. Let's let you down again. If you're here, good girl.
In particular, her breathing is
There.
I'm concerned.
Right, this is what I'm feeling. And if you can you come in with your finger and I'll show you where it's where this finger is here. I've got, can you feel that lump? It's a decent lump. It's a big, it's a marble, bigger than a marble maybe. That, yeah, it's right there, and that is, no, it's down. It's this one here. Feel, no, move your finger down. There, that. Feel that?
Yeah.
It's really, it's decent. It's not her knees over here, but you feel that it's like tucked in there.
Yeah.
It's massive. It's actually, where?
She's here.
There. You're feeling the length of it. It's really quite big.
It's huge.
Yeah. It's bigger than a marble. I don't know if Suzanne, you can pick that up, but it extends from here to the top of where my finger is. It's decent.
Oh my gosh.
And that is actually pushing right on the area that's sore. So I do think this is what is the issue. And if you want to feel that, Suzanne, just press stop for a minute, and then you can feel it.
I can hold it over.
Just
Owie!
I know.
Oh my gosh!
I know. That's tucked away in under her hip. It's in a really strange. So it's really tucked. Suzanne's just felt it, but it's enormous. It is tucked in here under her leg. So, I think that is connected to it, and as she's got that hidden away in there, the only way we will know fully is to rule out. Firstly, stones. She's got some calcium deposits there, but I can't feel anything in the ureter. But she does have that lump that's up higher. That could be causing perhaps more of a bladder-based infection with it being there, and hence the calcification coming away. It's. I think they're related somehow. They're related. We need to have eyes on the inside, really.
Yeah, an X-ray won't pick up that soft tissue.
An X-ray is amazing, actually. They do pick up fluid and things, even though we think of them as showing just bones. When they have, for example, ovarian cysts, they can actually see fluid sacs in there. So they do reveal a lot. And because vets often have digital X-ray today, which is really quick and easy to do, that can be a quick process. So I think an X-ray would be the thing I'd recommend for her, so we can see exactly what's going on. But I have found with, yeah, I feel if it's that lump there. When you go, you feel it underneath. It's really, yeah, it's very obvious now. It's massive. It is massive. Let me see this side, sweetie pie. You know what? She's got the same over here. She has exactly, she's got a massive one there. Massive. Two. She has two there. She has two massive ones there.
It's symmetric, darling.
No, not symmetric, but she actually has. What is going on with you there? Yeah, massive, massive one here. That it's right there between my fingers. It is massive, right there. So she all you can see. I'm holding it. Yes. This is not her knee. Her knee is back there. She has a massive lump there. So, okay, with that in mind, I think that whatever those masses are, it is impacting on that region, which is the bladder region. An X-ray would rule out any stones. The simplest way, and it wouldn't be covering what those lumps are. It wouldn't actually be finding out what they are. But an antibiotic would get on top of any bladder infection from the positioning of those lumps. It wouldn't change what those lumps are, and I suspect they're probably maybe even tumours, in the sense that they're really unusual, very unusual.
So you'd need a needle biopsy, to tell what they are.
That's really extensive, because even if you look at surgical intervention, that is enormous. It's here to here. It's now it's quite mobile.
It's as big as a ping pong ball.
It's big. It's
almost
there. I wonder if she's even hiding away, because the other one is actually located way up here on the outside. They're not ovarian cysts, but the other one is here. See, it's on the abdomen. It's there. It's way up here. Can you see that?
In the hip.
And it extends down to there and all the way up and over. It's like a massive lump. This one is sort of feels like it's two parts, but it's the same, because it goes almost from, it goes right up and round right here. So she's got two enormous masses in there. They're not ovarian cysts, which are in a slightly different location. She's a really interesting guinea pig. Yeah. Do you think it's her that's been making the blood patches, or do you think it's the other one? Because I'd be interested to see the other one.
I cleaned first. I thought it was her.
Yeah.
So I cleaned her
Yeah.
straight away.
Okay.
With wipes. Didn't find anything.
Yeah.
No blood. And then we put her separate to
Mm.
see if she actually did it.
Okay.
And she didn't have anything.
The other one didn't
The other
have
one didn't
anything.
have
What about this one?
She didn't have anything.
Either.
There's been no new marks
Yeah,
that day.
since that day.
Since
I'm sort of the mind that that could have been a little stone being passed, because I can feel a tiny little one in the ureter,
Yeah.
which is down in here. There's like a
So there's
little
another
tiny.
one there.
No, I don't think it's nothing you need to worry about. There's a little bump in there, and it's not like that would be easy. It's not that bump I'm talking about, but there's a little tiny area down in there, but I wouldn't worry about that because I think she can pass that okay. I do think though the bigger issue are these lumps, that they're massive, they're really enormous, particularly the one on the left side is bigger than the right and extends right back up here into the side of her. So yeah, surgically to remove those, they could look at doing that, but they'd want to know first what they're dealing with, and that comes from, would do, in that sense, they'd probably do an ultrasound to really see. She's gorgeous. I think the first port of call is to see which one is causing the blood. It wouldn't surprise me, given the calcification on her area down below, if it came from her. And an antibiotic would easily get on top of any bladder sludge that's there to calm that down, but it won't do anything for those massive lumps that are there. So she's got a lot of abdominal issues going on. Yeah. Let's have a look at the other one, see what we can pick up on her.
Don't you stop?
She's so cute. Yeah.
We worry about her breathing, or both of them, because she
Yep.
has crush under her eyes as well. So
Okay.
I'm not sure. And he said they sound the same, but I feel like them two have more heavy breathing than the rest.
No,
No,
she doesn't have
not.
any sound at all.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
she's just heavy breather. Like
She's not, it's quite normal breathing here now.
Oh, okay. But yeah, she's breathing.
There's no breathing. Yeah, there's
Oh,
no
okay.
nothing respiratory
Yep.
about
Wasn't
her
her
that we
eye
need to look at.
normally dry,
Probably just when they get
older?
tears, which are often creamy or milky. Have you seen those?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Well-
had that on her fatty eye.
Oh, okay. Well, when they get those and it dries a bit like crystals
Oh, yeah.
around the edge of the eye.
Yep.
So it's probably more that, because she
Oh.
doesn't have a respiratory condition.
Oh, that's good
So-
then.
so that's a
that
good
what
thing.
we thought.
Yeah.
She had that first.
Yeah, that's actually a good thing. You're
Yeah.
trying to lick me or nibble me.
Yeah, she's.
She's not sure whether she wants to try my finger or not.
No, she don't bite. She doesn't.
Yeah.
Bite. Yeah.
She does a lot of licking.
Mm. So normally we have the other three that normally come to her eyes
Yeah.
and look through.
No, there's just a little bit of a crystal there, which that there, just sitting there. I would not be worried about that. And to wipe their eyes, I've just switched this around to the other side.
Yeah.
But when you put that horizontally, you can wipe the eye out like that. Just wipe away from the corner. It just takes those crystals away. So no, you don't have to have anything respiratory worried about her here, but
no,
those
we worry
lumps
about
they're really severe,
Yeah.
especially the one over here. They're massive. So yeah, and they're not ovarian cysts, which is what we deal with. But they're very solid in the way that they feel as well. They're not fluid; they're solid.
Yeah,
They have a very different feel about them. Yeah. Okay, we'll pop you back here for a minute.
No, I can give you the cup.
Oh, okay, and keep the cup.
And then put
Okay, all right.
that can help.
We'll take her, and then who's this little one?
Shitake.
Shitake, like a mushroom.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what she looked like.
You've got a mushroom name. Name of a mushroom. Let's put you around here for a minute.
And she does have crusty eye as well, so we thought that was her.
Okay. Yeah, she's a little, so I can see a few more things
5 years
there.
old.
She's just needs her ears doing for sure. Now this girl's a different thing altogether, because she's actually very thin across the shoulder
Yes.
blades. Yeah.
She always had
And
that.
yeah, like if we were to suspect ovarian cysts. It'll be more from this girl, but they're fine at the moment. They're not bothering her. She's like, what are you putting your hands there for? Because I need to. Let's see what's going on down here. Yeah, this little girl has no. I'm just going to get rid of these little pellets. Let's shake them up for a minute. One. Here we go. All right, so this little girl does not have. If we look down here, she has nothing. See, there's no discharge.
No.
But the other one had the discharge and had the white crustiness around. This one doesn't. Yeah. So she has nothing there. Yeah, I feel. Feeling okay there. And then, yeah, like she has nothing. No lumps, nothing. It's this one. It's this one. It's coming from her. Yeah, it's coming from her.
Okay, Bella.
Yeah, so we need to find out those lumps, more about those lumps. Have you got a vet that you see? Or you know who to
I
see?
do have one, but I would like to check if you have anyone near
Yeah.
the west or recommended.
Yeah, we do. If you see Michelle at North Richmond vet, she'd be very close to you. She's North Richmond vet. So you're where do you live?
We're down Liverpool.
Oh, you're in the south. Okay, no, you probably better go to.
West.
Yeah, probably Canley.
That's the one that
Canley vets are very good. Yeah.
Oh, do you think
So
because they only have one
the exotic is on a certain day.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've seen him them for over 20 years.
Okay.
We've been with them, but only one.
To do the X-ray, you wouldn't need the exotic vet. Any vet should be able to just do the X-ray, shouldn't they?
Yeah, but I think
But
you need
it's
someone who can diagnose, interpret that, because those lumps are very solid. You also need to look at, like, there's no end of help that we can go to with guinea pigs once we find out. Like, we can investigate this, investigate that. But when you look at an elderly guinea pig, and by elderly, she's 6, so she's not that old. She can have, she could have ovarian surgery done. All those things could be done. But when you look at something like a cancerous growth of that size on both areas, you might be more in the position of palliative care eventually rather than surgical, because, and that's where we need to know more about those lumps to identify what's going on. I'd probably say that they would do an X-ray, which can sort of rule out bladder stones. And going on what I can feel, I tend to think they're smallish, but that would just confirm that. But it would also show possibly those other masses. They're very solid, very, very solid. Yeah. If they were here, that would be the course of action we'd do.
You can spend all your attention. I'll make sure she can get away from
Yeah, she needs a bit of investigation. Now we've identified that's there. And then we can have a chat after you identify what that is. Yeah. So County Vale could certainly do that test. Yeah. They could do it. And then decisions based on that would then need to be made. Are you putting ivermectin or revolution on it?
Yes, ivermectin.
Ivermectin, okay. Yeah, this one just needs a little bit more on her at the moment.
Okay. I just cleaned her ears 2 weeks ago, all of them, and they come back very quickly.
Yeah, a lot of it is the weather. Like, it's been so horrendous.
So they just use water, is that right?
No, this is Nullicet
Oh, no,
in the
it's
water.
in the water.
Yeah.
Just 2 or 3 drops in that.
So normally I use the olive oil.
Ah,
Does that work?
yeah, I wouldn't do that. And her ears are actually very dry. So you mean you put the oil on and then wipe them?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I don't like the idea of the olive oil. You can do it when it's really hard.
Yep.
And we use oils when they've got a really hard build-up. But for her, I'd rather use an antifungal.
Okay.
But, you know, it's horses for courses, really. The thing I'm not keen on about oil is that if you think about oil in your own ear, you wouldn't be that great, because it does tend to run and can then go into the eardrum, and then, you know, I just think, well, you wouldn't want it in your own eardrum, so why would you do that? But, you know, we do use it when it's really hard. We've got videos on that, so it's not going to harm them as such. So.
Good. Guinea pig with a healthy appetite is good.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
she still lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, what was her high weight and where's she at now?
1200 now. Yesterday she was 780.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's a big drop.
but that to me just spells that those tumours, I believe, are probably cancerous. So
980.
yeah,
980.
yeah,
Lots of TLC for you.
yeah.
1200 to 980.
I tend to
Find
think.
out what they
I think it wouldn't surprise me if they are cancerous, because of the size of them and the way they're tucked away and the position. They're very cancerous tumours are not common in guinea pigs, but they feel differently. Like they are not fluid based; they're solid. They're always solid in feel, and they're not oval or round. They're more elliptical and form odd shapes. Like the one that she's got here goes up and over her hip. So yeah, they're sort of more like nodular growth, I suppose you'd describe it as. They feel different. So it wouldn't surprise me, given her weight loss and the fact that she's happy in herself and there's no pain there. That's the other thing. With cancerous growths, there's no pain. They seem to be there and there's not pain until it gets really severe. So whereas with the ovarian cysts, for example, the minute you touch them, they're painful. She's got a sore patch in that part of her bladder and the crystalline and this going away, which I think an antibiotic could just get on top of that, but it's not going to fix the lumps. So I think you have potentially a palliative case there, because even if they were to take those lumps out, they're very extensive, and in that region the level of surgery to remove that from both sides is really enormous. So it's like major surgery. If they did that on a person, it's massive. She's an older piggy. So that's where the questions come up, like, do you leave them as palliative? And then if you're looking at a palliative animal, you need to look at things like pain relief, pain management, and at what point is too much and too long. So yeah, but it's definitely her. This little girl's fine. She has, you're fine. If anything, later on, she'll be a candidate for ovarian syndrome because she's slightly pouchy, but nothing I would worry about right now. She's ever so slightly here and here, but it's perfect. She looks lovely. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's this little one over here. So we'll talk again later about it. But yeah, it looks fantastic. You're taking such good care of her. So there's this little one here. You got her?
Critical care for her once a day, but
Okay.
should I actually increase
I would
that
keep that up. To help with her weight, I would keep that up.
to every 2 hours?
No.
Is she still eating
I think
normal?
the most important thing right now is to get a clarification on stones and lumps. Like, just get that x-ray done so there can be a conclusive decision on that, and that really determines the outcome from there. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Yeah, she's great with her teeth and she's good. The problem is all down there with those lumps. Yeah, and they tuck them away like that. People often don't know until you go, hang on a minute, like that's really, And it's really internal. Those lumps are actually, like that one on the lower right is tucked right in under her hip. And the other one
wonder I couldn't
extends
find
out.
anything.
No, it's no wonder you couldn't find it, because it really was in a tricky place. So
I don't
yeah.
normally touch her face.
Yeah.
Check for lumps up there.
Yeah, no,
find
and they're quite
nothing.
extensive. The one on the left is even more obvious because it goes up and around. Like it's. So I tend to think she might be more palliative, and how long that can be. Actually, another interesting thing with cancer is that and we've had a few instances with them. Again, it's not common. It is not common. But when you're feeding them and you do extra feeds and they're taking the food, they're still losing weight. They still lose the weight. And it's like, how is this happening? And, I've had a guinea pig that we were feeding 110 per day, meals per day, critical care, which is quite a lot, losing weight dramatically. Yeah. And so I think that's why she's in that camp of palliative. Yeah. So, yeah. One thing you can try we have found with tumours that does have, it's more fatty lymphomas we've found success with, but I would say try it, is some turmeric. Just into the critical care, put some turmeric into that, because the curcumin is actually quite effective. I mean, it's great for us as well. We know that, but with guinea pigs, we've had one girl that was given 3 months to live, and she was covered in so many lumps and bumps, fatty lymphomas. These are definitely tumor shaped, they're different, but fatty lymphomas. She had like 30 or 40 massive ones. We eventually had to have one surgically removed because the lump had opened. It was so big on the ground under her, it opened, and there was even questions whether they could reclose that area, but they did. She had 4.5 years. She was given 3 months initially, but we gave her turmeric every day.
So the turmeric that you buy, is
Yep.
that in any...
Yeah. Well, if you can get local ones, it's actually better, because when the others come into the country, they're irradiated. So the more natural, even if you can get turmeric, if you've got a dehydrator, and I did do that for this girl because we've got a dehydrator, but we actually grated it, ground it in a coffee grinder, and then dehydrated it. Or it's the other way around. I'm trying to think how I think I dried it, then I ground it. So it was like coffee, but that's the one that I gave to her. So
I don't want to buy something that they mix with another ingredient.
Yeah, no, and you'd want just the pure one. So have a look at where it comes from.
You just look up an Australian brand.
Yeah.
Is Master Foods Australian?
Or
I don't think so, because I had the Master Foods one. Yeah, but check where it comes from. Yeah. Yeah. So I would check with that, and then the way you can actually mix it up, and you can keep it for a few days in the fridge, and just add a little bit to the critical care. Yeah, add it to the critical care for her, and keep weighing her so you've got a good picture on that. And yeah, pain management's the other thing, but the bigger issue right now is that bladder's got a slight infection. It could be that, look, the pressure of those things on the bladder is causing that, but an antibiotic on board will sort that really quickly. Yeah.
The positive thing is that since I feed her critical care, she remains at 980.
Okay.
So
yeah. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Yeah, I'd keep feeding. Will she take it out of a bowl?
No, I feed her Serenes.
Okay.
She hates that.
Really?
I have the other guinea pig. When I give Serene, she doesn't like that.
Try a little shallow bowl like this, because when you fill it with a critical care, they'll often lick and lick and lick. You'll notice it's gone. There's like a half round pitch at the end. Won't she?
She just turned away. Yesterday,
really? She likes you doing it.
She doesn't like it. And when we had Coco, I gave her a little try, and she pulled my Serene away. She tried to eat them all. And,
okay.
So that's a different thing.
Yeah, because you could try it in a bowl like that, and that's another idea. Sometimes with the bowl, they don't recognize it's in there, and you've got to dip it on your finger, dip it on their mouth. So dip, 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 and then sort of within 24 hours, you notice, it started going.
She doesn't like it at all.
Yeah, okay.
So she's the only piggy that doesn't like critical
She
care.
wants you.
She's just like, yep, I don't like it. I have enough. I want my pellets, or I want my hay. So
she wants you. Yeah. We'll keep you posted, and we'll talk later about a vet. Just message me later on.
Thank you. I'll let you know how we go with the vet.
Yeah, and there's a couple that are around there that are quite good. So
any other vet that you would recommend? besides
For what she's got, I want to have a think about it a little bit more
Yes,
as to
please.
who I'd recommend.
because I know
Um,
family house are all busy and they only have one person, which
Yes,
is very hard to get in.
yes.
I've been with them for
And
a long time, so I know they are.
yeah, there's a bit more to discuss on that too, because
Yeah.
there's all sorts of issues come into an animal that, the animal's care long term when you've got a serious issue.
Yeah.
Because with guinea pigs, they get compounded problems.
That's right.
So you start, like, for example, they start not eating because they've got a dental issue. Then they
Yep.
start to eat what they can quickly, like watermelon, and it causes gut stasis because of a condition with bloat. So you get compound. The little one that came in before you, she had hair loss, and originally she had severe bloat. And they had been to see a vet about her care, and the vet put a needle in to see if any air would come out, which is really, really dangerous. But did that, and then said she needed worming. It's like, what? That's like, but that was the prognosis, and she found me online, came up, and it's like, no, this is how we treat bloat. We treated the bloat condition. She had a slight mite case, so we got her onto ivermectin. Her hair's all lovely and thick now.
Oh, nice.
And she actually had, she said that the vet checked the mouth and it was all fine, but it wasn't. The rear teeth were overgrown on the tongue. And so when I showed her, she's now had dental, she's now eating, she's gaining weight, but that's what I mean by compounded issues.
right.
And
Wrong
for her,
diagnosis.
she's quite complex, but I do think you've got a palliative animal, and then that, how far do you go is, because you're weighing up major surgery versus quality of life versus, like, there's a lot comes into that. So we'll have a chat later. Yeah. Like, you might be going down this path. The vet can do it. Yes, tick, tick, tick. But what is that going to give you? 6 months?
Yeah.
So, because they're very advanced, the lumps that are there, they are very advanced. So,
She seemed quite happy so far. I know that she's, with her age, she's more, laid back, doesn't do much. But she still, we had a little letter for her to go up to eat her food. Give her a little bit of exercise.
Yeah.
But, she's still doing things, but not as the young one, they run around and stuff.
I'm doing from that.
But she's still loving life.
Well, we'll chat later on.
Yeah.
And I will.
Can you share your account detail with me? So
Oh,
I can
okay.
send you some.
Oh, thank you. I'll put it on here because I won't do it now.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
thank you.
No worries.
And then we'll talk later on tonight and with a plan.
With a plan,
Which go from there. Yeah, which would be who. Yeah.
Because I don't want to go to see the wrong vet.
No, and quite honestly, for where she's at, given that she may have blood, she's had some excretion. I think a stone has gone, but we could rule that out with a quick X-ray. I honestly think a course of antibiotics is going to be the thing that makes her feel more comfortable fast.
Yeah.
It's not going to fix the cancer progression, but So I that's sort of my opinion. But yeah,
And
we'll
you
have a
don't
chat
think she
later
had
on.
heart issue either, right?
Sorry?
Heart issues.
No, definitely not. No. Her breathing is really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her breathing and her chest really good. So listen to that. Yeah.
That was the first conclusion I thought.
No.
She had some.
No,
issues.
it's not. It's down here. It's those massive lumps. They are serious. And now that you know they're there, you'll be able to feel and go, oh, compared to your other girl, because she doesn't have them, and that's how it should be. So
now I'll go and check all of them, see if anything.
Very, very gently.
Gently.
No,
Very
they hate
That's
that.
awesome. We'll
Thank
talk
you.
later, Alyssa. Cheers.
Thanks, Suzanne.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Good.
Who do we have?
Okay, so here's our next
And I
person.
should get your little boys out and some of the ones. Are you happy sitting?
I'm happy sitting.
Are you happy? Yeah.
I'm
And helping
learning.
with this. And okay, let's do that.
I'm
then.
learning.
That'd be great. It's a smaller day, and it's a good chance to do that. So we've got
Yes.
Boone, I think. Boone. Hi, we've got Boone somewhere. Hi, everyone. Hi. Sorry, we've got lots. Whoa, where are we? Going this way, around here. See if I can see you. Hold on. Hi. Hello, everyone in the chat. Sorry, we've got a really busy day. I can see a lot of you looking in on what we're doing. We've had some really interesting cases, and Yeah, Shitake is a great name, isn't it, Vicky? Yeah, it is. I know. The black fluffy girls, she was super cute. They both were. So, yeah, we'll dive right in. We've got some more here. So, pop you down. Hi. Hello, Boone. How are you?
It's been some time. Good
Yes.
to see you again.
And you too. How are the piggies going?
You're doing well.
Oh, wow. Look at the size of this piggy.
This is Miso.
This is Miso.
We
Hello.
adopted him from here about
Yes.
a year ago.
Hello, Miso.
I think he's doing okay.
Yeah.
No problems that we really notice except for his left eye.
Yeah. Oh,
which
this is the watery
seems-
eye you
yeah,
were saying.
Yeah, which
Okay.
seems a little bit watery, and
Mhm.
he's had this problem since around February or March.
Okay.
We took him to a vet who couldn't really find anything wrong with the eye.
Okay. So when do you see it watery? Is it like is it milky in its
No,
behavior?
it's not milky.
No.
So we know the milky stuff is
Yes.
normal.
Yeah.
So it's not milky. It's
Mhm.
just watery. So between the right and the left eye, it's just
Yeah.
like the left eye is, it's noticeably more watery
Yes.
than
okay.
the right one.
Yeah. Mhm.
And sometimes he gets these crusts in the eyes, which
Yeah, I can see a few crusties on there now.
which
Yeah.
supposed to be wise. I suppose it's normal if it comes from the how do you say this? The thing that they excrete to
Yeah.
clean themselves with.
Yeah.
But I can't tell for sure if that's from there or is it because of because of the watery eye problem
Yeah.
that he's having.
Mhm.
And then lately we're seeing like some of his furs around the eye as well as kind of like
Like a drip coming down.
yeah, and like the furs dropping off
Okay.
around his eyes.
Yeah.
We've tried to look for hay poke.
Okay.
Couldn't see anything obvious.
Mhm.
His eyes are clean, as in like it's not red or anything.
Yeah.
We tried to wash with saline. Also tried some antibiotic drops. I can't remember what it was called.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, like a clawsic or something.
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Um,
All right.
Yeah, and it's just last week we've tried to just wash his eyes around with Melissa, and also Dermazine. I think, wondering if it's actually fungal. So
Okay.
yeah, that's
That's
pretty
the
much as
history.
far as
How
we
long has
got
it been going on?
since about March. I think.
March. Okay.
Yeah, since it's been
Yeah.
like this for a few months, but it's not gotten any worse or it's
Yeah.
not gotten any better.
Okay. I'm just doing a few checks on him, listening to a few things. His chest is all clear, which is really good. Have a look at your teeth, mister.
Yeah, the front teeth are okay. We can't see the back, so.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look at the back. See what's going on in there. I know, it's so windy and cold. It's like, where is the Australian sun?
Well, it's winter here.
It's-
It is. And this is not gales like it was on Tuesday. It's awful.
we might do a little film on this guy, Suzanne.
My job again.
Our filmer extraordinaire here. So if you'd like to move over that way, family can move over that way, Suzanne, or just come here and just turn that on. Okay, there we go. So
Try not to press anything.
this is Miso, who is a gorgeous male guinea pig. And Miso's come here today because he's got an eye that gets watery, but it's not with the milky substance, which everyone's seen. It's just literally watery. And you can see on his eye close up, you'll see lots of little residual bumps that are there where it's dried on that area. Now, they've had him to a vet to see what is going on, and no one's sort of got an idea at the moment. So maybe we can get a bit further. We'll see. What I'm going to do first is just put saline, and I'm not doing it to put it on the eye because I don't think the problem is actually the eye, but I'm putting it here because I just want to wipe off these little crystal bits, and the saline just moistens the area so I can wipe out. And then I can also wipe this way and just wipe those crystally bits away from the eye. See on here how crystally it is? Maybe if I hold it there, you can see it a bit better. So, and if you ever get those in your eye, they're a bit like salt or rocks because they're hard crystals, they've dried up. So the saline just allows me to easily wipe things away. And I'd only ever apply saline in an instance like this because there's nothing to treat on the eye as such. Now, the next thing that you can check with an eye, and again, I don't believe this is an eye issue, but is to check that they haven't got any inner hairs that are growing inside the eyelid, because some guinea pigs do get that. And if I put my headset on, I'm just going to double check. I haven't noticed anything there, but let's just see.
People can get those as well.
People can get it too, and they'd be very irritating.
The back growing eyelashes up.
Yes. So here we go. Under that light might help, but you can see a little bit more around his eyes. I can see much closer now. Yeah, there's still a lot of loose stuff there, so I'm just going to wipe that out of the coat. You can see me getting it out of the coat because I don't want any of that going into his eyes first. Let's just clean these up. Right down the bottom rim here, you can see lots. See it here? Now under the headset and under the light, I can work much better, but we don't want that going in his eye because it would make it more sore, irritated. Yeah, so let's just get that.
See.
Someone grabbed the tent up there, so we don't go away.
It's not that bad at the moment yet.
I hope it doesn't get worse. Is it forecast?
It's just forecast for mild gusts all day.
All right. You can see with the work I'm doing on it, there's quite a bit coming out that we couldn't see before. But if he was to scratch with his paw, that would be enough to bring it back into the eye again. So this could be part of the problem. Although initially I wouldn't have thought so. But let's just get that out. Just making sure that right around these areas I'm getting rid of those. See, even then there was another bit. So it's right up here in the coat up high. See, there's still bits coming off. And quite often, like I'm looking under a really detailed headset and I can see so much more in here because there's lots of it. And down here, it's actually run down his face. It's here as well. See that? See the little bits coming out? Are you picking that up?
Not right down there, no, but from around the eye, yes.
See them all like little tiny weeny bits. So now when we get crustiness from any substance that sort of flattens the hair and sticks it to the skin, you can then have fungal issues starting to appear. So this isn't fungal, it's more to do with whatever's causing this eye to water, just running down and then getting stuck in the coat. So the first step in clearing around the eye is directly on the eye like we did, and then around the other areas. So just making sure it's, just thoroughly clean so there's no little crystals that can go into the eye. And you always have the little Q-tip perpendicular to the eye. Still some in there. Just getting that shuffled out. Okay, now the eye itself, let's take a look at it. check this one here. There is actually a little nodule of skin that is right on the top edge of the eye here, right below the Q-tip. Can you see that little tiny shiny bump?
Mhm.
It's on the rim of the eye right there. It's almost, can you see that? It's almost like a little bump, a tiny little bump there. And I'm wondering if that could be, let's just see how well that goes away. Still got little bits there. Okay. Okay, I think that's the best cleanup that we can do with the eye. The only thing that I can see on this eye that could act as an irritant is that tiny little bump, which is almost non-existent now. There's still a bit there. I think there may have still been a lot of just dried out eye liquid on there, and it could still be getting in his eye, whereas now it's maybe cleaned up a little bit more. But it's one other thing that we need to take a look at, and let's do that now. So I'm happy that that eye is fine. There's the only thing that could be irritating it is the edge. That's a tiny little bump there. I can see it under the magnification. It's right there on the top lid. Now, one of the things that would help in settling that, if that's the irritant, is to just do a little drop of saline every now and then. But what I want to do is check his teeth. Let's just see what's going on. So if you press stop there, come round. Come here, little guy. Come on round this side. Suzanne, you're right, yeah. Come round here.
Liquid nose first.
Liquid nose, have you? Do you want to do your nose first?
Yes.
We didn't grab those tissues, did we? Have you got?
No, I've got
Oh, you've got.
tissues there.
Okay, all right.
I got them from my car.
Thank you.
But anything to do with nose blowing equals sanitize afterwards.
What is going on with this headband? That's better.
I'm not masked
There.
up, but I am
Okay.
sanitized.
Sanitized.
Okay, so now I need to go in.
Let's just have a little look. Oh, it's messing around with my eyes. You gorgeous boy. Let's have a little look in here.
I'm sorry.
It's a nice little man. Top teeth are good. Swallow that, little buddy. Top teeth are good. Let's check that bottom one. I think it's little bottom tooth, if anything. Yeah, can you see there? They're pushing into the tongue on the bottom side. So see that one there? Can you might just see there? It's got a spur on it there. It's on the bottom teeth.
I can
Yeah.
see that tongue was moving. It's a
Try
bit
again.
hard to get in there with the camera.
But probably not getting it.
No,
Let me see.
I didn't get it.
Now just stay from back here. Like if you stay back a bit, I'll see if I can get the light down. Wait till my headset's in place. Okay. If you stay right where you are, just film from there because I can zoom in. See how big those rear bottom teeth are? That's the issue. I don't know whether you got that, but that's the issue.
A little bit better, but not as good as it should be.
Okay. So what he's got going on
Shall I
is
stop?
you can actually you can keep going till we just finish up with him. Just make a little picture of him. I'll turn this headset off. There we go. Get this gear off for a minute. Okay, so what he has, two things. With his eye, I don't think you're dealing with an eye issue. I think that he has a tiny weenie in the middle. It's almost halfway along the eyelid on the top, a little tiny bump. I don't think that could be the irritant, but it might be something that when he does, have a teardrop, maybe it's sort of building up a bit there. Maybe. I would use just some saline like we were doing to drop onto the eye and then thoroughly clean it like that. So it just gets rid of anything that's dried and then he can't brush anything in his eye. So his eyes to me, I think, are fine. What he does have down in the bottom area, they have 20 teeth in their mouth and his bottom teeth are just starting to pinch in on the tongue. They've got a real point on them. So what happens is as their teeth grow, they can slowly become overgrown. They start to bridge over the tongue. It's not like that. It's literally like it's sort of poking into the edge of his tongue. And I think that's what actually could be causing the eye to water on this side. When he does that, it's like, ow. And I think that's more the connection. So for him, where do you live?
Around North Shore.
Oh, right, okay.
I think that's one place in Cavy Hill.
Alex Rosenwax, who is in Waterloo, he's over the bridge for you. He has a method of doing this without anesthetic because this is not serious. It's like very, very early change, and it's what we'd call a tooth spur. It's just poking in on the bottom teeth at the moment. But Alex Rosenwax, you'd be able to get an appointment with him. This is no rush. It's not urgent. But I think that is what is bothering the eye. Just take him in there to see if he will just take off the edges on that tooth. It's not major. His teeth are really white and solid. They look great, but they're very sharp and pointy, and they're certainly angling into the tongue on the lower side. So I think that is what's probably making him have a little, it's an irritation on that side a little bit more so. So other than that, he looks fantastic. So yeah, I think that's the problem. In the meantime, you could just keep this eye clear with a bit of saline. Make sure it's always clear, always fine, and just make a chart of when it happens. Like if you're seeing it every day, that's very different to once every 3 weeks. Yeah, because this is not an urgent thing, but there's a little sharpness there. He may well be able to grind that back himself. I think that you'll probably have Alex do it is an easy way to do it. But yeah, I think I would look at that for now. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look healthy.
He looks really healthy. He did have a lot in and around the eye area that you couldn't see unless it was under magnification. So I've cleaned that up now for him so he can't get that in the eye. And it could just be that he's pushing in. So I'm sort of on the fence. The little spur that's there is tiny, but it is sort of angling into his tongue. So I would, for now, look at Alex, getting an appointment with him in the next week or two, like 3. It's not a rush. And he will be able to just check and just deal with that spur. And then see if this settles down after the work we've done today. Yeah? Yeah, we'll try that. He's gorgeous.
Lovely. And stop.
Thank you.
There you go.
I'll just do his other little eye on this side because he hasn't got much on there. But I just want to make sure there's nothing coming over. Sorry?
No, the other eye is okay.
Yeah, there's nothing there. It's good. But yeah, there was quite a bit that came out from not just around the eye, but up here and like down where it had run. So you're watching me do that cleaning
Yep.
process. That's sort of the level that you've got to
Okay.
keep
Yep.
that at. And just 1 drop of saline. You can get these from a chemist.
Yep, we do have.
Just 1 drop of saline, and that also just flushes out anything that, like if it is a little grain that's on the eye and irritating, it just flushes that away.
Okay.
Because the only difference in that eye and this one is this tiny little, it's almost
Yeah.
like the tiniest
Yeah,
little
it's
bump. It's
really
tiny,
difficult to
weedy.
see.
It's
Yeah.
it's right on the top of that eye, but
Yep.
I don't think that could be,
Mhm.
you know, the
Okay.
cause, unless it's sort of starting a bit and it's building up after a couple of months and then just needs this sort of clean.
Yep.
So yeah, he's gorgeous.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
This is
There
a
you go.
mixture of water and melon.
No, this is water and melosep in
Right.
there.
How much
so-
melosep would you put into this amount of
A
water?
teaspoon.
A teaspoon.
So
Oh,
a
wow.
teaspoon in there to all of that water.
Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't use that on his eye.
Oh, right.
No, only saline on the
Yeah.
eye. So don't use maloseb and water. Yeah. Don't use that on his eye. Like I would use the maloseb and water on his ears, but they're beautifully clean. Who's been doing that?
We just cleaned them.
Oh,
Not
okay.
too long ago.
Yeah, well, they're great.
It's just that
They're
we
lovely.
weren't sure amount of melosep we
Oh, okay, yeah.
should put in
It's just
water.
literally about a teaspoon in
Okay.
that amount of water,
Right.
and that is absolutely fine. Yeah, but he's beautiful. It's really gorgeous. So I think, yeah, just keep going on that
Yeah.
path. You're doing well. Yeah.
His hind teeth, all the guinea pigs' hind teeth is not something that we can actually check. It's very
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a tool to do that, to check, because their teeth, and this is an example of how you can't, you know, the gap on that other little white girl, she had a massive gap that you could put my fingers between. I can feel his jaw here really solidly. It doesn't have the same gap. It's yeah, that was a completely, yeah, exactly. It was like a completely different problem. But their teeth, they've got their front molars, and then down here, they've got molars all the way, the back of his jaw is here, but there's 2 banks of them, here and here, that go all the way back. So the head is sort of triangular shape. And that's why they've got such a grinding area in there, that they can, you know, you often think they're not eating, but you'll look inside their mouth, they've got food in there. They're chomping away.
Right.
So they carry their own little pouch full of food that they slowly eat as well, and grind it down and down and down, and off it goes. So yeah, he's just gorgeous. But I think that, yeah, I think that might be enough to start the watery eye bit.
Yeah. Okay.
And just use the saline. Have you done saline on there before?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we were mostly on the eye rather
Yeah.
than around the eye. So.
Because that little lump, like when I move it here, I can see that lump. It's right there. It's like right on the edge of his eye. And if that bumped your eye, it's almost like a bit of debris on there. That would be enough to irritate it. And it's just part of his eye.
Yeah,
It's,
and
we
it's
wouldn't
not much
treat
you
it
can
or
do
do
about
anything with it.
Yeah,
It's
you
not a
can't-
hair.
Exactly. Yeah,
It's
just
not a
to be just-
hair. But it is right on the rim of the eye.
Yeah.
So it's just enough maybe to start that. So a little bit of saline, cleaning it thoroughly up so none of the dried areas, particularly if they get milk in their eye, it dries a bit like that. Cleaning that up and keeping it clean. The way that you can check on the tooth, we'll get you into Alex just to take care of that little spur, but you might find he grinds that off himself.
The spur's on the left.
It's on the left,
On
yeah.
the left upper or lower?
Lower.
Left
It's the
upper,
bottom.
right.
Yeah, his top ones are fine. Absolutely fine. It's on the bottom. Yeah, it's on the bottom, and it's just poking into his tongue a bit. We have a little grinding tool here I can give him, and I'll give it to him now. He may just be able to grind that off. But what I'd like you to do is just to weigh him
Right.
regularly so you can keep an eye on his weight.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
so,
and
almost on a weekly basis, and it's quite stable.
Stable, yeah. So, and just see that stays stable. So if we give him, just keep an eye on him there. Just going to get a little one of these. And come here, little dude. That's one too.
Bigger bees down there. Well, you
Sorry?
put one on the table.
Oh no, but I've used that already. I just want to get a fresh one. So that there. And for him, it's only tiny, so just going to use that. That might be enough to do. I'm just going to see if we can give it to him and see if he wants to grind that off. We can try it. We can try
He can
this.
grind by himself.
Let's put this on. Oh yeah, for sure. Sorry, I just need to get him stable first before he says, "What the heck?"
So he's gonna try to bite on it and grind it.
Yeah, in
Okay.
the same way that they grind on hay,
Mhm.
if we give them something like this, they can. You'll actually see him position it if he wants it. So you have to be very careful and know what you're doing with it. So I'm literally putting it down where that tooth is. There you go. You watch him do it. That's him. He's moving that around. He's grinding on it. Can you hear him?
Yeah.
You might get that on video if you can. And he's grinding the edge, and he may just take off the edge of that, which is what we want him to do. Just enough. He's using it. I'm not even holding it in there. Like, he's using it. He's going, oh yeah, now we're talking.
That's so gratifying to see that.
Yeah. And this is what we wanted the other girl to do. So I'm not holding that. He's literally turning it, moving it. There we go. When he's had enough, he'll actually spit it out. Oh, he's doing both sides. There we go. Good boy. Isn't that good? Yeah, he's really grinding that.
Oh.
Yeah, he's just grind. Can you hear it? So he will just take off the edge of that that's bothering him. And look, honestly, we do know our own mouths better than anything. But when their rear teeth cause a little spur like this, they can't get to it. And this is how we do it. See, he's turning it around. He's really happy with that. He's letting him go.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're just holding the weight
I'm
of
just
it.
holding the
That's
weight of it. That's all I'm doing. Sorry, there's my glasses. Good boy. Sorry to get frightening little fella. You done now? A bit more? There, he's done. Okay. So that enabled him to position it where he wanted to. Are you able to send that
Yes,
to me?
I'll send it to you right
Yeah,
now.
that would be great, and we'll include it in the
Yeah,
video. Yeah,
Mhm.
because I've been trying to capture it for people, but what I'll send you a link to send it to, so you don't have to send it through the
All
phone
right,
or
okay.
anything, because it
Right.
probably won't travel through the phone. We'll do it later. Yeah,
Is it okay or?
we'll do it later. Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, that's it. That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, absolutely. That's perfect.
Okay, let's see how long.
So yeah, and people can see that, but keep maintaining his weight. It's not a rush that we deal with that, and hopefully that's been enough for him. And we'll check in again. Yeah, but I think that that's probably where the issue's
Yep. Okay.
coming from.
All right.
He's a happy little
Yeah.
piggy.
Thank you. Right. Okay.
Awesome. And I'm glad you got to see that.
Yeah. Well, that was
Can we
something
do the other piggy as well?
Have you got the other one there?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll bring him down. There we go.
Right.
He's
I'll
super cute.
I'll just make an appointment with Alex.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't do it just yet.
All right. Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
Just
I
wait and
just-
see how his eyes.
I would wait and see this
Okay.
week. Maybe monitor. Like I said, it's not a rush.
Yep.
And now that he's actually done that as well, you may find that you don't see that happening again, because he was crunch. He did quite a bit of crunching on that.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
If you
So
got rid of the spur, that's brilliant.
then that's
Right.
the thing that's bothering him. Then it's fine. That's all we do.
Yep. All right. Okay. So we'll just monitor and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Wait
Hello, gorgeous.
twice a week.
Who's
more often
this
if you
one?
want.
He's got a.
Right.
And
It's,
say
What's this one called
that's
again?
Maru.
Maru. Hello, Maru.
He's healthy, I think.
He looks good.
We don't have any sort of problems with him except
He's got a
for
spot on his nose.
yes, a spot on his
Is
nose.
that the spot you're
Yes,
asking?
that's one spot on his nose,
Right,
which I
okay.
think is part of his skin.
Let's have a look.
And he might have a case of bumblefoot at his rear legs.
Okay, let's just check. How long has this spot been there?
Oh, it's been there for a long while. It doesn't look like something we can actually remove because it looks like part of his skin,
Yeah,
or at least not without actually cutting it off.
yeah. Sort of in the hair. It's not the line.
Yeah, it's not hair.
It's
either.
individual, isn't it? Yeah, let's have a look. When you're dealing with an area like this, you can hold a piggy, top and bottom, and you can brush outwards. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, it actually is his skin.
Mm.
It's like a little weird.
Little papilloma.
Yeah, it's actually got a whole little growth there.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be, well, causing any issues.
But you know what it's like is a good boy.
When we try to touch it, it just seems to cause him quite some discomfort, so we just left it as it is.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is break up that discharge at the top. Get rid of that.
I don't suppose it's ball glue, is it?
Sorry?
Ball glue.
No.
Doesn't look like it.
No, there's actually like a little tiny bit of skin that's raised up on there. Right there. And I'm just clearing that off. Hopefully this will sort it. It's almost like the little tiny weenie cysts that we see on ears, but this one happens to be right here. You know, funny location. You can almost see the skin. It comes up like it's a lump of skin. Look at that. So that's, wow. Okay. It is really different. There we go. It's growing a little piece of skin there. But it is, you're right, it is a little tiny, like a skin tag. Yeah, it's yeah. First time I've seen that. Here's another film for you, Suzanne.
Special piggy.
Yeah, he's got a growth right in the end of his nose.
Oh, you want me to
Do it? Yeah, please.
Busy day for me.
It is, isn't it?
Shame about the no adoptions, but
Oh, it's a quiet day today. So, this little guy has a really interesting little nose, and he's a really perfectly healthy piggy, and I've just started to clean this area, but where we often get fungal and food caught up in the nose area, it's not that. He actually has the tiniest, weeniest little skin tag that you can see it poking up now because I've cleaned the area, but it's actually a piece of skin. So it has its own blood supply.
it looks
And
very pink at the moment.
Yeah, because it had loads of stuff coming out of the end of it. It's a shame we didn't get that picture first, but he's not wanting me touching it. But you can actually see how it grows up. See, it's like a little nose horn. How strange is that? But it is. It comes up about maybe 5 millimeters in length. So it literally comes out of the nose area. It is really long in terms of, it's like a little chimney. It's really funny. Wow, so there you go. It's not bothering him. And even if I touch it, you can see he's not reactive. So it seems to me like it doesn't have a nerve supply, but it does have a blood supply, which is the coloring of it. You can see there. So when you have something like that, you don't ever want to cut that or hurt that. It would hurt. Potentially, maybe if it hasn't got, nerves at this level, it would down further. But that's the sort of thing that, if it's not doing any harm right now, I would just leave it in situ. So we'll keep it really clean. Keep an eye on it if it's not growing larger, but it really does, for all intensive purposes, look like a skin tag of some description. There's no lump. There's no lump there. It's literally a growth. So, now to have that removed would be a really interesting process, because anesthetics use this area, of course, to put animals to sleep. But in this sort of instance, a local could be given, a local painkiller could be given, and then we'd treat it like any.
He's getting annoyed at you now.
Yeah, he's like, don't clean it up anymore. But he literally has a little nose horn. Isn't that cute? Can you see it clearly through the hair?
Yes, we did.
It's like a guinea pig with a nose horn.
Shot of the face.
It's super, super cute. We've got to look after that. But honestly, if it's not fixed, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Absolutely.
And he doesn't have any other issues. Like you can see his nose is really clear there. His eyes are clear. His breathing's clear. There's nothing that is a problem. But he does have a little growth right there. We all have little bumps and lumps. And that's, look, it's not going to cause any issues at this stage. It'd be one to monitor in all the guinea pigs I see, which is, thousands and thousands. I've never seen a little horn growth right at the end of the nose. So it's not bothering him. It's not hurting him. I think just keep it clean. Monitor it. If that starts growing or becoming more, invasive in nature, then you could look at getting that removed. But for right now, yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Interesting.
And stop.
Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, does that make sense? Yeah.
No, it's been like that for
Yeah,
quite a fair bit.
for quite
it's
a
not
while.
growing or
Not growing.
Yeah,
You're an
some of
individual,
it-
mate.
Yeah,
Look at that.
it's really strange,
Yeah.
but it literally is a little tiny growth there. I wouldn't want to, again, like you
Yeah.
wouldn't do anything like that
Yes,
without
yes.
pain relief.
Exactly. Let's just leave it as it is. It's
Yeah,
not
it's not bothering him. It's not an issue. You can, like, to touch that area, he's fine. It's, I would just pretend it's not there. Just keep it clean like that, because there was a little bit of yellow on it, which is possibly where he's brushed up with his hands and it's more food related. But there's nothing that you need to do more for him. Just keep an eye on it. He's super, super cute.
Did you say something about his
Yes.
feet?
So
Yay.
his rear leg. I think
Something
it's
down
left
here.
or right.
Rear feet?
Yeah.
Oh, this
yeah,
redness?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually a lot redder. This little
Yes.
round dot over there.
Okay, so this is just feet being red, and it's caused usually from sitting on an area like a hide that they like to favor, and they're urinating more in there. Because urination it's more acidic in nature, and it tends to scald skin. So when they're just sitting in the same spot, maybe it's cold and they like to hide under that area, so they also pee under that area. Then they're standing in it, so it makes their little feet a bit redder. That's not bumblefoot. That's not bumblefoot. It's perfectly fine. So maybe if he's hiding away in a spot, just look at changing the pad a little bit more that's in there, or giving him a pad. Oh, okay, yeah, move it around, or you can get things like vet bed squares, which are really useful, or little padded squares, and just freshly put them in and out, and that will sort the problem out.
We were using fleece.
Okay.
Was it fleece? Yeah, fleece with puppy paddings
Yes.
underneath. But
Yeah.
we're switching to like toggle mats now.
The toggle mats are great. They're
Yeah.
so wonderful.
So
Yeah, for washing and everything else, they're so good.
In the past, I've actually used a
Mm.
folded up tea towel.
Yeah.
So a linen tea
Oh.
towel, which the liquid goes
Goes through
straight
it.
into it
Yeah.
and through. And they're so easy to pop in the machine, whereas your
And they
toggle
just
mats are
wash,
quite large.
Yeah, that's right. It's quite large
So
to
they're
wash.
like for a cage liner, and then for their specific spot, anything absorbent.
Saying hello to everyone. Can you see his little nose?
Well,
He's super
3B tea
cute.
towels are perfect.
Super cute, guys. He's got a tiny little nose growth on there. Right in the middle.
It is
Right on
interesting,
top.
it's beautiful silver.
He's so cute. He's gorgeous. He's
Right.
beautiful. So yeah, full bill of health. Even with that, nothing to worry about. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing with removing anything up around like the face, there's more of a blood supply up there near the eyes and ears, nose. So if anything were to happen to that, there'd be more blood to
Yeah.
deal with just in stopping it. It's not a big deal,
Yes,
but
right.
a vet could even just take that off and cauterize it, which would be a simple process, but it's not
Yeah, no,
bothering
it's not
him.
bothering
So I
him. Yeah,
just
that's
think,
really not gonna-
it's not bothering him. I wouldn't worry. Yeah, and the other little guy, he's ground down those teeth, so
We'll
you don't
just,
have to
we'll
worry.
just
Yeah.
Watch and see what happens.
Just watch and see. Keep an eye on his weight. Keep in touch with me. I don't think I'd jump right into an appointment just yet.
Yeah,
I was sort of erring
I'll
on that
just-
before, but he did such a good job himself. I think I would just wait
Yes.
and keep in touch with me, and
Yeah, we'll do.
We'll
I
go
mean,
from
he-
there.
He's been having this problem since months already. It could also be,
yeah.
the way his eyes are, with the bump there. And
Yes.
this could be
Oh,
because of that as
definitely.
well.
When they start to get watery issues up here, it's often here that the issues occurring. So yeah. I'd be interested in a week to see if you've noticed it happen or if it's settled down. Let's have another chat in a week about both of them. Yeah.
Well, I'll let you know.
Yeah, that would be great, Boo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very much,
That's
Lee.
excellent. I'll send you a message later so you can. I'll give you a link so you can just send the video through.
Alright,
It's easy to do.
we'll
Yeah.
that.
You just click on the link and you can just,
awesome.
and then there's no problem with, you know,
Okay. Oh, yeah.
size and everything. So that's
Thank you.
great.
The other thing we
Thank
wanted
you.
to get from you is a bottle of ivermectin.
Oh, the ivermectin. Yes,
Yeah.
Suzanne's got that. She can help you with that.
Yeah.
And we will see who is next here.
That's $25 for the
So,
ivermectin.
we've got
I can organise.
Nadia.
That is definitely.
Nadia, come on down. Sorry,
You
running a
might
bit
want
late.
to apply a bit more sticky tape to it. It's just a bit loose. So there's the syringe. Oh, that's beautiful.
Now we've
Oh,
got
alright.
that.
You can reuse the syringes with the just
Hello. How are you?
I just put mine in
What's
a
your
little
name?
container and
What is it?
Julian.
Julian. Hello,
Do
Julian.
you want to show Lynn your
and then 1
awesome
week later.
Oh,
Face paint-
my goodness. Some
painting.
face painting. Come around here and show YouTube. Come on around here. Come around here with your hand.
Oh, that's okay.
This is YouTube. If you come here, put your hands here, you'll see it on that screen. Look at Julian's artwork, everyone. He's got a spider on here. That's pretty scary. That looks really real. And what's this? It's a guinea pig. Who did your guinea pig on there? That was very cool. And then you've got a tiger or a lion?
Tiger.
A tiger. Wow. Who did that for you?
At the
Have you been somewhere?
yeah.
Yeah? Like a fete or a school thing? Or
No,
a...
there was a dog festival.
Oh,
in
a
the
dog
local
festival.
park, and they had
Okay.
face painting.
Oh, wow.
So Emily got that one.
Well, that is really impressive. I love
Isn't
that
it?
guinea
It
pig. That's
looks
so good.
realistic.
We're going to take a photo of it here as well with my phone. Hold on a minute. I think that's really, really cute. And it looks, look at this. Suzanne, actually, we've got, we've got Suzanne is so busy with this. We're just going to take a photo of Julian with his guinea pig. With his guinea pig.
Want me to take it?
Yeah, and you can, hang on, we'll put your guinea pig beside. I don't know. So you can do like this, look.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how's that? You might have to move back a bit so you get more of the hand. So move, lift up in the air a bit. That's it. Did that get it? Yeah, it's super cute. So now I've got a photo of your guinea pig with the guinea pig artwork. There we go. How is your guinea pig anyway? Have you come
Yeah,
for a
good.
check or
Yeah, just a
anything
general
in
check, 'cause
particular?
We've got them about 6 weeks ago,
Ah,
and
certainly
they're
looking-
about 7 months, I think. now.
looking very active. I'll get you all just to step back a little bit as well, or just go that way a little bit. That's all. Looking really, really super cute and gorgeous. There is nothing wrong. So that's really good. Have you been
Awesome.
popping ivermectin on?
They got the treatment just before we got them. And
Okay.
is it every 3 months? isn't it?
Yeah, so you'd be
so
due
we
again
have
for
it-
that now. Did you take that at the time?
No.
Okay. Maybe get some today.
Okay.
And I'll show you how to put that on now.
Okay.
So actually I can give this job to Suzanne to do.
Oh,
So and I could
hold
check
on,
second
Phil.
piggy.
Oh,
We'll put
alright.
one on here.
Oh, it
But
doesn't take very long to do the other.
Ivermec is a drop on. It's not a needle. This is like a liquid that we put onto the back of their ears and it's absorbed so that stops any parasites now coming on. And then we repeat it in a week's time and then put it away in your cupboard for 2.5 months.
Okay.
And then you just do that again. So week 1 and then repeat in 7 days and put it away again.
Okay.
And that just keeps parasites from going on them. But she's looking really gorgeous. Really, really
They're
gorgeous.
still a bit scared of
Yeah.
us.
That's
but,
going to take time with
yeah.
picking up and
But I think
using
slowly,
cuddle
slowly.
sacks. Yeah,
They're getting a bit better.
yeah. She's super, super cute.
Cuddle
She's,
sacks, you using those?
Yeah, we'll have some here as well.
yeah, looks so cute. It's good to see you again. Yeah, looking beautiful. So absolutely beautiful.
Awesome.
Nails are also really, really short at the moment. So that's a little bit of the length that you want on there.
Okay.
So we wouldn't even clip those back just yet.
Okay.
So that's really good. She's shaking. She's out in the open.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
cold.
I'll give her back. Who's got this one?
Emily, do you want to take it?
Gonna
Do you
take
want
her?
to bring something?
Are you used to nursing them? Yeah. That's it. You got
You
it?
don't want
That's
an
it.
escapade.
No, and then we'll get Pumpkin. We'll have a look at her.
Look at-
They're looking really good, and I'll give. This has got enough in it for Pumpkin to do. So Pumpkin
Oh.
can.
So are they 0.2? They are small piggies?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, she can have it at this age. It's fine. It will be spot on. So you didn't get any face painting done? Oh yes, you did. It's on your face. You've got a guinea pig up there. We have to take a photo of that as well. That is so cute. Hello, sweetie pie. Hello. So both of them are around the same size, which is spot on.
Yeah.
She's
I think
smelling
she's
my
a
hand.
little bit bigger.
The other one?
No, this one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're
A few
pretty,
grams.
pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you weigh them
Not
weekly?
a lot in it.
We did. We just started. It's an easy way to pick up if there's an issue. Yeah. They might drop 10, 20 grams. That's fine. That's a week. But if they drop it, whoa, there's an indication of a problem straight away.
So, like, she seems to really like what we do. Chin rubs, and she really likes when we pat her along the body. She makes a noise, and we don't know if that means she likes it or she doesn't like it.
Yeah. She's got slightly longer toenails. So I'm just going to trim hers back a little bit on the rear. The other little one didn't. But I'll just quickly... See, these little points are much longer?
Oh, yeah.
They've just grown at different rates, that's all. And some piggies do that, so we can just take off just a couple, a little bit more on those
that
feet.
noise.
Yeah, it's purr.
Is
It's
that
purring,
good?
it's nice, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, okay, good.
She's just happy.
So she does like
She's
it.
happy. Yeah, were you worried what the noise was?
Yeah, like we didn't
Yeah.
know if she was annoyed or she was it more pleased or
No,
stop
she's pleased. She's pleased. I think I'm tucking her away in here because of the wind that we've got happening right now, and I want that little rear foot. But it's so super tiny, the bit I'm taking off. So tiny, so tiny. Stay there, hide away. You can see it's just the tiniest little edge off that one there. Good girl. There. This foot is not as bad. It was the other one that had more. Just don't lean on the table, sweetie. I feel it moving. There we go. That's it. I'll give it to Suzanne. She may stay in there because she's warm. She liked it. That's why she was purring. She was like, oh, it's better in there. And Suzanne will put some ivermectin on her and she'll help you with that. And but they're really good. So you're doing spot on and doing really well.
Awesome.
So
I
that's great.
also wanted to ask you, been considering doing foster care?
Okay.
Do you need foster carers at the moment?
We have a full shelter. We would love foster carers. Yeah. But the thing is, they don't mix with your guinea pigs. They have to be separate.
Yeah.
Because you'll disrupt the herd that you already have.
Yeah, like I've imagined, like it would be in a separate cage.
Yes. Yeah, completely separate. And then depending on how long for, because different guinea pigs have different needs when we put them on foster care. We've got some on care right now. There's about 8 on care out there, so not a lot. We don't have a large amount, and the reason for that is also that things change with foster carers wanting to go away and suddenly they have to come back, so we have to be able to manage all numbers.
Yes.
So yeah, there's a foster care form you can fill in on the website.
Okay.
Just fill that in, send it through, and we can make that happen.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
that would be great. That would be fantastic.
Thank you.
Lots of piggies would need that. That would be wonderful.
Look at you all rubbed up.
So Raina,
That's the year's worth.
Raina
of
to come
ivermectin.
down. Raina, come
That's
down.
$25
Hi. Hello.
syringe.
Come on
So
down.
the instructions are on there. It's 0.2 of a mil.
Come on down.
per time. Yeah.
Good.
That kills the adults, but not the eggs. So
Just
that's
gonna
why
plug
it's
this
done
in
once a
again
day.
here. How are you doing? Just hang on to Piggy for a
They're
minute.
not old enough to lay eggs themselves.
Charge it up a bit. How are you?
Next
We're
Sunday
good,
we'll-
how are
Yeah,
you?
I'm good. Good.
That's good.
Who is this?
That's
This
it,
is
that's your year's
Bluebell.
worth.
Bluebell. Hello,
It's got a little
Bluebell.
seal
We're looking for a
in
buddy.
there.
Oh, okay.
So we can do that with
A
cash
buddy
or
for
we can-
Bluebell.
Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Bluebell's
yes,
super
I've got-
cute.
Yeah, but you'll need to hold. So, but they're a bit wide.
Yeah.
You never, ever leave a thingy stand there. And
How
that's
old
the
is
one mine.
Bluebell?
Nearly 3,
Yeah.
just over 2.5.
Okay.
You can hold this.
Bluebell's got a. Oh, let's go.
There's your 25 change. Thank you so much.
saw her hair.
I think you need to put this back. Let's just get something and get the.
She's got a little bit of crystallization that she's passing. You can see on this foot, there's a bit of it sitting there. But you'll notice, see in her coat, see that white, it's like powder, sort of.
Okay, yeah.
That's just crystallization. It's calcium carbonate that's being passed.
Did you want a photo of the bird painting?
Oh, yes, if we can.
That's yours.
Just, yeah.
Set that up for a photo.
Yeah. Just
They're still busy.
take these off. Take that. That one. There we go. You just smile and click
Press
it.
the big white button.
Press the big button. Oh, onto that. This wind is picking up again. Goodness. So just keep an eye on that, because when you see guinea pigs passing, that level of discharge, they could also be forming stones in the bladder. She's got a bit of a lump, which is what I felt initially, but it's down further in the ureter. You can see her shake with her legs when I touch it. It's here. It feels like a ridge line across that way. So stones, when they're formed, they're like this. They are literally stones. So she may be able to pass that, just peeing that out. But it's just something to be aware of. There's a lot of discussion around diet, and quite honestly, we can lower their lower foods that have higher levels of calcium, like kale has a high level of calcium. We can lower that, but it doesn't change the fact that she will still produce stones. So, and we've found this time and time again where we've had, for example, sibling guinea pigs who have been in the same care. One will have stones, others won't. And so they've been on the same diet, same choices, but for some reason they're a little bit more prone to it. So,
Really give them kale.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
all foods have calcium in it. So grass has calcium in it. And some piggies will, like, essentially you pass what your body doesn't need, but some piggies will form stones. So, and the stones form in the bladder. Some can be passed, some can't. And when they can't, it's like surgical and other problems. So we won't go down that path. But for her, there's no indication that, I would change anything other than be aware of this calcium that's sitting here in her coat, this white discharge. So if that picked up more, or if, and she's definitely got a little lump there. It's not so big, but my hand going across it, she knows it's there. Hopefully she can pee that out. So if you see this area becoming much more raised up and very, like, you only have to touch it, they jump. It's very, very sore. So where you feel is across, it's here above, there's her little bottom, is above here, and it's where I'm feeling it is in that ridge. Feel across?
Yeah.
Can you feel something there?
Yeah.
It's like a hard section underneath it, but it's not down at this area here where it travels out to. So it actually comes out here. So it's only halfway there. Check in again with me in like another 2-3 weeks. It's definitely there. So she's definitely got a little stone, but I hope she can just pee that out. So we'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, she's super here. She's here to meet a friend. Oh, so we can actually get some piggy friends out for her.
Okay, I'll set up a playpen.
That's awesome. So I will give you. Is she on the grass at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give her back to you, and then we'll get some little girls out that she can meet. Have you anything in mind that you're thinking of?
No,
No?
nothing thought of.
Because we've got lots of piggies here.
Are they older or younger?
Yeah, they're sort of 2 to 3 years of age.
Okay.
The groups that we'd mix her with. How old was she again? She's
We got her, how old?
2019.
okay, so she's around the same age then. Yeah. So to be finding someone in that group, we have D-sex males as well, that are of that age. If you had, like, if you're thinking male, but if you're thinking girls, just girls, then we'll just get girls
We
out.
had all boys and
Yeah.
now we've got all girls.
Right, yeah,
This
we'll just get girls
shaking
out.
she's doing, is that
Yeah.
because she's cold or just?
A bit of both. She's sort of nervous, like what was that all
Yeah.
about? She's assessing everything, and I also identified that area that's sore on her, so she knows. So that's, that'll calm down. It's very windy. Like when piggies come out and there's wind and noise and it's out of their environment, they're looking all the time like what's happening because they're a prey-based animal. So yeah, that's quite okay. So we'll find some other little piggies for her to play with. So let me just clip this together here. And what time are we now? What is the time, do you know? 3:21. Okay. Oh, we're actually on time. Unbelievable. That never happens. We had a huge adoption day last weekend, and we had 6 volunteers here. But I had so many people wanting health checks today that we've run a mini day just to help with all of those. So so Suzanne has come here to help. So it's much smaller, which is good.
I'm also using it as a learning opportunity.
Yeah, well, that was more learning for you today, I think,
That
because
is.
it was pretty hands-on here at the table. So that was good. But yeah, let me go and get some of the girls out, and I will be back in a moment. So YouTube, stay tuned. We'll be right back with you.
Yes. Just want to pop here. Just for our stability. Yes. On these wind is driving us crazy. We've got all these weights and they still slip. Is that what it was? Oh, there we go. There's the cucumber. No. Cucumber is precious. It's so weird. Oh, yeah. Cucumber is very What if we ask them to try the nice one? Is it going to be like I mean, just it doesn't hurt to ask.
puppy, you did such a good job. I'm so proud of you.
They're so happy and then you're home.
Oh, they are. Oh, it's been such a good time. Such a good time. I know. Oh, you can hear it. Oh, they're smelling. Get them in the way. You're in the way. Is that how they like show them to you? Yeah. So this whole lawn was full of guinea pigs. Oh, because it was like a day, right? Like it was like a viewing. Yeah, they did this every weekend. So cute. Yeah, it's just covered in pages. Oh yeah, see, just now put this out and I would do it for us. You miss out on the fun? What the heck? So cute. There's 2 pieces in there. Oh, those are good. Oh, okay. What I'm saying is that they have others that do. You can see all the little. The badges. Oh, like where they're flat, yeah. Oh, that was really you should go crazy. Hi, hello. How are you? Good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, we're good. This cold weather and rain. Sick of it.
Is everything packed up?
Sorry?
Is everything packed up?
What do you mean?
All the
No, we're not doing adoptions today. We just had one. This is like a mini day for us. We had a massive one last weekend.
yes.
We had six volunteers last weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I adopted these guys last weekend.
Oh, it was last weekend.
Yes,
Oh,
it was last
right.
weekend.
Okay. Yeah, that was a very, very big day. Now, we had a load of people wanting health questions and checks. And so we decided last minute, literally only on Friday, that we would run the health time. And Suzanne's come to help me with that. So, yeah, so no, this is sort of a small day, which is actually a big number of hours, but it's small.
Helpful for me.
So,
Where do you want them?
so what are we doing?
So,
Tell me.
one of them, human, has had on Thursday, I think it was.
Yeah.
Hadn't heard it at all. Walked in the morning to give them
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah.
And just crackles in breathing.
Ah, okay.
And
This is the one that stopped, and then
Yeah.
there wasn't anything.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was all day Thursday.
Right.
Um,
Okay. So we're
and
checking that.
I
Okay.
made a post and some
Yes.
people sort of mentioned some things, and I was like,
Yeah.
if it's still happening tomorrow, we'll go to the vets.
Yeah. Let's
And
have
then
a
it didn't
listen.
happen.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, big relief. There
Yeah.
were some
Yeah.
sneezes. I know it's
Okay.
fine to sneeze.
Yes, it is.
But they just didn't sound ideal
Yeah.
or like
Okay.
healthy sneezes.
Yeah. Well,
So
let's
I
check
think
that
that was
out.
my biggest worry.
That's okay. Do you want to
And
get one
then-
out? And let's have a listen. Let's go from there.
They have continued to sneeze.
Yep.
We heard a couple
Okay.
this morning.
All right.
And it doesn't
What
sound.
sort of cage have you got them in?
Do you know the CNC cages?
Yep.
A 2x6.
Okay.
A big
Yep.
one. And it's
Inside?
got a little loft.
No doubt.
Inside,
It's
yeah.
good. Yeah.
So
I have
big
to ask that
space.
because sometimes we get people who have CNCs outside, and it's like, no. Yeah, it's
inside.
actually happened. So I check everything because we need to.
Inside.
Yeah, inside. Yeah. For that one for CNC, wooden hutches are good. But you've got the warmth issue and the position where it is, and yeah.
Oh, you're at the back. Okay.
Shall I show you how to get them out?
Yeah.
How
That'll
about?
be fine. I just need to get. We're just holding each
No.
other back.
Let me show you a trick.
Yeah.
I think I can help with
Oh,
that.
I mean, food with that.
If you close the
Close
door,
it.
and I'll show you
Not
how we get them out. It's a good one for people to learn. So, okay, we've got them in a carrier,
Yes.
and we have people often take the tops off, saying that's how they have to get them out. Don't do that,
Okay.
because
Okay.
often your guinea pigs will just jump over the edge and run away.
Yes.
So if you've got a carrier like this, and what we teach people to do is right-handed or left-handed?
Right.
Okay, great. So I'm right-handed as well, because if you're left-handed, the first thing I recommend is you switch the doors over, because then you can use access with your left hand, because they do just flip around. But the issue with a cage like this, people are worried they're going to shoot out, the guinea pigs are going to race around inside. How do you pick them up? How do you get them out? You need to have a barrier that they don't want to go across. So you use your arm, your opposite arm. Your other arm is going to go in and get the guinea pig and lift out over. So to do that, open your door, barrier across. So arm across. Your other arm goes straight in, under the tummy. I'm just finding which one I'm picking up, and bring the guinea pig out.
Too easy.
Too easy.
You've done it before.
We've done it before. But the trick is the barrier on the cage like that. So you can do that. I'll get you to grab that. I can go back over there.
That one I did hear. That one's not our crackler.
Okay, well, I'm going to listen to both. So
I will
that's
listen
okay.
to them because I think yesterday I might have heard it.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Because I did hear very, very faint noises.
Well, let's have a look at piggies. If we're worried about guinea pigs and maybe getting sick or that sort of thing, the first thing is to check eyes and their nose. So I'm just looking here for any visuals, and there's nothing. There's no discharge. No discharge at all, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's something Suzanne commented.
Yeah.
So cute. I did not mean to. Suzanne actually had enough now. Yeah. Look at your little toes. Oh,
Yeah, it's all clear. Yeah. So no breathing issues, which is really good.
Oh, so
yeah, it could be
they're my
like
shyest one.
change of position,
Yeah.
change of hay, just settling in, but there's no noise. So that's a good thing. No discharge, no noise. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it at the moment. Maybe take a photo of your cage when you go home. Send it through to me.
I've probably got a photo.
Oh, okay, you've got one here?
Yeah.
Great, okay.
Did you want to hear the other one?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So this one's fine.
Perfect.
Let's have the other one. And we'll pop the cage back here. So we do it exactly the same way. That's it, like this. So to put a guinea pig back in, same thing, but you're going to go face first and let her walk off into the cage like that. But keeping the left hand here, so it's blocking the area. Now the other one, we've got 3 in there.
Yes, we've got 3.
Okay. Just realised I thought there's only 2. Let's have a look at this one. So did you adopt all 3?
Yes.
Yes.
All 3 together.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, because we were so crazy busy last weekend.
Yeah, I don't think
That's right. I didn't
were busy
see
the whole
you. No,
time.
it was,
Yeah.
we just went non-stop. Excellent. Let's have a look.
I've taken pictures.
Great. Can I just zoom in?
And the bedding isn't permanent. I'm just in the process of making it, and it's taken a lot longer than I was
There's a
expecting.
bigger box under the stairs now as well.
Right.
Oh,
okay.
that's an old one. Yeah, they've got a couple more houses in there now.
Okay. Where are you finding they're hanging out?
In the corner underneath, and I've got a big
In here?
big box, a big house under there,
Under there?
and they're
Yeah.
hanging out there most
Okay.
of the time.
All right.
And also, just like sitting in there.
Oh, under the fleece forest thing,
Yeah.
and eating hay.
I think the reason they're doing that is because of the hay. So these girls are used to having lots of hay in and around them, which, if you think about at night when you go to bed, the temperatures drop inside the house. And we're all cozy in our beds and it's nice and warm.
Yeah.
But with piggies, they have the ambient air temperature around them.
Yeah.
So they try and go to places where it's warmer, and they do that like with hay around them. Because the hay is sort of like a blanket, if you think of it that way.
Yeah.
That's why they're favouring it. So the house that you just mentioned, are you putting hay into that?
No.
I would put some in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd put some in.
Like
'Cause-
underneath it. So
Yeah,
it's
I'd
just,
literally put it
so
in.
they
If
can,
it's just a
burrow,
cardboard
they can
box,
just hang out
yeah,
underneath.
I would just
Okay.
I'd put the hay in there,
Yeah.
let them nibble and hide in there. They'll like it around them.
Okay.
Just makes
That's
them a bit
actually
more
good
comfy.
idea. That's
Yeah.
very smart.
The other thing you can put in and around are fleeces. So you've got open sides on the CNC. You can actually put fleece or cloth, like
Just
whatever
stop the
cloth,
air
to
draft.
stop the air and draft moving, which it's you sort of look at it and you think it doesn't do much, but it actually does. It gives more of an insulation around there. So try and do a bit more of that. So at night they're a little bit more
Yeah, I've been
cozy.
working on making a bunch more like cozy houses.
Okay, yeah.
And making some more like sacks so it's warmer, some
Yeah.
warmer stuff.
And these
It's
girls,
just taking a
well,
while.
these girls too, they came out of the lab, so
Yes.
they have no idea what that sort of house is. So you might have to literally put them into one
Yeah,
and
it's
like,
taken a while for them
then to
they've
find it and try it.
found different houses over the last
Yeah.
year.
And they ventured upstairs and very proud.
Yes.
Oh wow, well done. All right, let's have a little listen. Again, let's have a little look at her. So her eyes are clear, nose is clear, there's nothing watery there at all. Even when they've got watery eyes, they get little crusties around the eyes. If you go back, like we're live streaming at the moment, but if you go back in the YouTube live stream, maybe an hour ago, you'll see a piggy that's come in with crusties and what to look for. So, but no, perfectly clear, which is good. So listen to you, Missy. Nothing there. No, her breathing is great.
Just while you've got her,
Yeah.
do you mind just clipping the back paws a bit? I haven't been holding them.
Oh yeah, she needs that too.
And I noticed the other day they were quite long.
Yeah,
And I'm just
Not brave enough.
not brave enough to
that's
hold them
okay.
for very long.
We've got videos on doing that
Yeah.
as well.
I just
But-
are not big fans of hugs yet.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got one.
Just
Oh,
do that.
nice. Good job, cucumber.
Yep.
Oh.
Stay there.
Yeah, that's what she does.
Yeah.
That's what she does.
So windy. I'm just literally hiding
there's
her little
two.
face. It's just hiding her while I do this one because it's pretty exposing like this, isn't it?
Oh, there's a poop coming down.
Just ignore the poop. There we go. You see your front ones.
Oh, I haven't seen it like that
I'll
before.
do this one.
Yeah, they're curling a bit. That's what I was
Yeah.
worried about.
That's their age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's normal. We've got lots of videos on how to do this using different methods. They're okay. The other little, what's this one? Curly matching ones.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Don't worry about it.
It's easy enough done. Takes a while to get used to do it as
Probably do
well.
with better ones, like small ones
Yeah.
like that. Like the cat ones are pretty big and bulky.
That's
We have the little ones here if you like. We've got them inside.
Oh.
You're on a funny angle for me because I'm right-handed. Let's put you around here. It's a bit easier, Missy, like that.
They're gonna get some. You got capsicum waiting for you. It's okay.
Not a good one though. The cracks.
That's good. There we go. She's done.
Not according to cucumber.
So get that back again. Oh, she did quite a few poos there.
Oh, good job.
Quite a few. So now who have we had? Because there's a brown and a black.
There's a white spot. You've done the white spot.
Oh,
And there's
okay.
a
Yes, I
caramel
see.
line. I need to do
Yes,
the caramel
I
line one.
see. Who we're going for
That's the
next.
one I've had problems with.
So this one.
Is making the crackles. Yes.
So this one
And the
here.
sneezes. I think that was my biggest worry.
Okay.
But I haven't seen. They haven't behaved any differently there. I haven't noticed any discharge or anything.
They're lovely and warm in there, which they're comfy
That's
with.
good.
That's also, I don't want to get them wet, like cold or anything out here. But let's just check her. I know. Hide there for a minute. Hide there. It's all right. Hide there.
They're my
there.
talker as
Hide
well.
there.
I think.
Shh.
Oh, really? Yes.
Okay, so again, looking at her eyes, nothing. Nothing. No discharge.
That's why I was really confused.
Yeah, nothing there. It's all right.
Oh, okay, baby.
There's no noise.
Isn't so much because you've heard it.
No noise. No
None?
noise. No
Oh, good.
noise. No.
Why are you doing it then?
Yeah. Tummy. Feel your tummy, hey? So what sort of noise have you heard with her?
So it was like congested sounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I took a video of it.
Could it have been in her nose? Because she, let's see. You got it on video? Let's see.
Which one were they? Oh, there are so many.
Yeah.
Is it this? Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. You just listen. Is it gonna come?
That's all right. Yes.
You stop doing it.
Okay.
Is it this one? No, that's breakfast. This one?
It's just scratching.
Where is it? I think it's not the right ones. Let me check. I'll go on Facebook and check the
and
post
check
because I
them,
added
yeah.
2 photos to it.
Well,
2
what
videos.
I can't hear anything now, and she certainly doesn't have any discharge or anything going
And the
on.
sneezes. What do you
Is
think?
it her that's sneezing,
Yes.
or is it all of them?
It's just them, and it doesn't sound good. It's quite distressing.
I should just see a little woo in there. Yeah, I can hear a woo woo.
Yeah. There you go.
What's going on? It's just random. It's not there now.
Yeah, it's not all the
It's
time.
not there
At
now.
least it's not
No, I just heard a little woo, and then it was gone.
And if it kept happening, I was going to go to the vets, but it didn't. So I didn't want to cause that. Oh,
Do you want to do a poop? She's like, I'm in the air for the poop. That's not fair.
I've got-
Okay, hold on.
This should. Did you hear that?
I heard a little noise.
I think it was at the
Yeah.
start.
That's more of a talk. She could be a chirper. That sounds a bit like a chirp.
It just
Chirp to
sounded,
me.
It just sounded like it was coming from breathing,
Yeah.
and it was happening while
I have headphones in the car.
they were breathing.
Those are cute. They look like bunnies.
They do.
Oh my goodness.
And it just sounded like congestion rather than a normal guinea pig sound. Because I've heard lots of different sounds.
Yeah, I had rats that were a bit sick, and
Yeah.
it sounded pretty similar,
Yeah.
like upper respiratory.
And then the sneezes maybe it sort of confirms.
And she's got
that it
an
was a big
occasional noise. It's more of a sound than a.
problem. You don't want to perform for me now, do you?
No, I heard it when I just heard it the
Yeah.
second time. It was like a ooh. Would you say stayed the same or lessened?
Oh, definitely less. So it was all day Thursday, so
Yeah.
it was coming back and forth,
Yeah.
and happening and not happening. It got a little worse in the evening.
Yeah.
And then I didn't hear it all most of the day Wednesday
Yeah.
or Friday,
Yeah.
and I thought I might have heard something Friday night. I think it might be because it gets colder at night time,
Yeah.
so it gets a little worse at night time. I think I heard it
Then.
slightly, not
Yeah.
anywhere near as loud as Thursday,
Yeah.
but definitely
Yeah.
slightly sort of the last couple of evenings.
Yeah. The noise that I just heard then is when we've had guinea pigs that have, it's almost like, you know, when you think you're going to get a sniffle, you feel a little bit run down, there's something not quite there, and then you do a few things to look after yourself and it goes away. It doesn't eventuate. You think, oh, it was okay. It's sort of that zone that I would see her in. The others have nothing. But yeah, I heard that little, and it was only just as that one little moment. So to me, I think that I wouldn't interfere with anything yet. I would keep her really well, but I'd be really conscious of those nighttime temperatures, because that's the thing that can turn the
too
balance
cold,
if it gets too cold. Like
So I'll definitely
when you put your hand in and you pick them up, you feel how warm they are because they're really lovely and warm.
I've got a heater in there as well. To
And
keep them nice and warm.
yeah, I would look at that, making sure that they're really nice and warm during the night. And I think that you'll find that by the end of next week there won't be anything at all. Because the problem we get into with medicating, like with antibiotics, is that it can put them off their food. And then you've got a compounded issue. It's like, well, you know, and that to me is very, very low level minimal.
That's why I didn't want to go to the vets because it stopped.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't want to leave it just in case.
No, and it's very, very low level.
And it's a very different environment as well, so that's
it's the stresses with that. Yeah.
So
But I would monitor.
Anything about the sneezes though?
No, not at the moment. Certainly not allergy driven. So I would leave it for now and let's talk during the week and see how that's continuing. Make sure you weigh them so that you've got a baseline for their weight. Yeah. And then we can monitor and then we can monitor that over, you know, over the course of the next months, you know, how that's going. But what you'd be looking for is to not hear that again, sort of not less and less frequently.
And when
completely.
I get some of the blankets up and keep it nice and warm at night, hopefully that'll help.
Yeah.
I think over the last couple of days, other than the Thursday when it was happening all day, I've just slightly heard it very softly in the evening when it
Yeah.
So it could just be that could be definitely
Yeah. Because we've found even with piggies like that have even the slightest indication, we don't want to medicate because it's sort of something and nothing. We put them into a warmer room just for a couple of days, gone, sorted completely, because they just need that support just with constant temperature. And for her, I think that's more of that. Yeah, she's too bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and there's certainly not a noise there when you listen, other than that I did hear. And it's actually up close. When we listen to them, we listen in 4 zones, and the zone is actually up here in the top area. So
that's not like lungs.
No, it was up higher and definitely not lower. So yeah, for now I'd look at supportive treatment, increased vitamin C, that can help.
I've got some vitamin C tablets I've been having over the last week just to make sure that they're good.
Just bump the vitamin C up, and you're doing everything right. So it could just be change in location, stresses of that, and
it could be.
But super cute. She's gorgeous.
I'm so surprised.
She is. Yeah, she's super cute. And you know, it's so cold. I mean, this week has been bitterly cold. We've had snow.
They started the snow season
early because of it. Yeah, it's just crazy. So snow season has begun. Even though we don't get snow here, we get the weather for that.
Yeah, especially up here.
Oh, the wind blows.
Yeah.
Can I quickly ask, do you have any long-haired females out in the shelter?
We don't at the moment. No.
Especially any mini
trying to see. No, we don't.
Okay. We are happy with the little brown girl then.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, no, we don't at the moment.
Let's take that and get the paperwork done.
Oh, thank you.
And the bank details.
Yeah, so she's, do you want me to write them on there? Do it there for you.
Let me slide that over for you. I haven't reached so far. I'm glad you're enjoying them.
Oh, it's been an amazing week. Busy, but
and just Cavy Central. So Cavy Central's the name, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so I would just keep going with that. I think you're doing an excellent job watching over her and picking it up. A lot of people wouldn't pick that up, and yeah, there's a definite little noise there. Standing still, like, what are you going to do now? Okay. Yeah, and just we can check in during the week and just see if anything changes. Reach out to me again straight away. Okay. And just chewing around one of my clips. Chew that way. There we go. Yeah, but no, they're looking cute, looking gorgeous. So yeah,
that's a big relief then.
Yeah. Eating at a good speed. It's funny because I recently one of our boys that passed away, Brain, he would do a similar thing, and it was sort of something and nothing. But you know, for a year and a half, he would sort of indicate something, then go away, and then 3 or 4 months later, there'd sort of be something come back, and it could be like an immunity issue that maybe just a little bit more frail, a little bit more vulnerable. But yeah, it would always go away, and it was never an issue that way. So yeah, for her, let's take another little listen.
Maybe she just makes noises.
But she does make a lot of different noises. So just insanity. I think it was the sneezes that scared me the most.
I just when I said sounds like froggy, you're like,
I
oh
know.
shit.
I don't want anyone to sound like froggy sounded.
No.
Froggy's not very good.
Yeah.
Not a good sleeper.
Yeah. We'll pop her away again. And whereabouts do you live? I know. I'm sorry, you're up in the air.
Just in the hills. It's about half an hour.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's on the first.
Oh, here we go. That's okay. You go in there. She's dripping very well.
Yeah,
Maybe a little poop
I
change.
do that
Behaviour-
very well. Any
Yeah.
behaviour changes or anything. So.
Yeah, she is. So, yeah, I would go with that. The only other thing is we can give Seneca and ammonia. It's a congestive medicine that it's just straight through the chemist, but it can be really effective if there's something just lingering. A little bit of that can just take the edge off and go away. So it's called Seneca and ammonia, and then just about 0.1 of a mil of that can actually just help if there's anything that you suspect might be developing. But it's not an antibiotic. It's more of a decongestant, and it's quite effective with piggies.
What was it
But
rolled again?
Seneca and ammonia. Yeah.
How do you spell
Sennega. R. I think there's an R in it. Seneca and ammonia. AMMONIA.
And 0.1
Yes. Yeah. So you just do that from the chemist and just 0.1 of a mil, that's a 1 mil syringe.
I've got used to
So,
those,
yeah, so just 0.1.
I got some of those with the mite treatment.
Excellent. Yeah. So just 0.1, and I'd look at giving her that just 3 days in a row, and just see if that just, because it's sort of, it's something we wouldn't. That's sort of the place where we would use that.
Rather
Yeah.
than go straight to antibiotics.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why when it didn't continue to the next day, I was like,
Yeah. She might just need a bit of that support with that.
and some more water.
Yeah. With the tablets as well, the vitamin C tablets, how are you giving them those?
So it's just the ones that you get at the pet shop. They're just tablets, mostly grass.
Yep.
And I just break them in half and give them one each every day. For the
Are they
last week.
taking it off you?
Yeah, they're taking it off me and chomping down.
Oh, good.
very
That's excellent, because a lot of piggies won't do that, because there's a couple of ways you can give it to them. That's excellent. If they're taking it, that's fantastic.
Yeah, they're ripping it out of my fingers.
That's fine then. That's great. So for other people watching, what you can do is actually break it down into a powder form. So you crush it between 2 teaspoons, or you can buy the powdered ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, and you just sprinkle it onto their wet food, their wet veg, so it sticks to it. They eat their carrot or whatever it is, and it will just it will go in that way. Yeah. So that's another way to easily give it to them. When you put it into their water, it's actually light affected, so it means changing the water in and out every day. So if people put it in on a Monday and the same water bottle on a Friday, well, it's not going to do anything. But often piggies don't like the taste of the water after that. So
and then they're not getting off.
yeah, that's right. So it's better to have it stuck to their food and
God, they're just eating it.
yeah, and just do it that way. But yeah, we'll just do that. And you okay?
Yeah, we just have to ivermectin.
Oh, thanking you. Yeah, so we just try it that way, and that should be fine. Yeah, yeah, you're doing really well. We'll get some grass. They can have all of this. Pop this in with them.
We just had a bit of capsicum.
Okay.
Crazy for their capsicum.
Oh, there's plenty in there.
They love it. They'll be loving all of it, and it's all new to them as well. They're
Yeah.
learning that. Here we go. Pop a little that in there. There you go. Yeah, you're doing really well. And yeah, just the night time. Try more blankets in there that they can nestle into and under. The thing with these piggies though, because they're from the lab, they don't recognize cloth and housing. They recognize hay. So that's why putting that hay under that box where they're hiding will help them, because they're naturally going there, and then they'll also feel warmer. So yeah, try it with the hay in there. Yeah, that's really good.
Oh, they're devouring the grass now.
They're doing really well. So yeah, keep in touch with me during the week. If anything changes, just reach me through the group or text me directly is fine. Yeah, but well done.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
It's a huge relief.
It's a pleasure. Yeah,
Very worried.
no problem. And it's better to act fast like you're doing than to leave it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it can be one thing that goes one way or another. But yeah, she doesn't have a sound there much at all. But I did hear that one. Just it's a sort of a vocalized tone, and that's generally sort of around respiratory. So yeah, so I think she just needs a bit of extra support. I don't think this is going to linger. I think it'll go.
Also, it's really like to hear.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's
Very much
your little
so.
babies, your little piggies. You're awesome. So thanking you. That is a pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much.
That is okay. And yeah, just checking whenever it's fine. If it's during the week or anything, you can do that as well. That's fine. Excellent. Okay, good.
You're doing an amazing job here.
Well, thank you.
Very
It's a
much
busy job.
appreciate it. Yeah.
But thank you. It's all good. We'll hear from you again soon.
Yes.
Yeah. They're super lucky.
Yeah. I'm the lucky one. Thank you so
It's
much.
good to meet you. Take care. Bye. Okay, YouTube. Hi. Whew. Okay, so glasses. Hi everyone. Sorry. Hello. I haven't had a chance all day. We've been going flat chat for 4 hours, and it's been busy. So I'm at the bottom. Hi Marsha. Hello. You're there. Hi. Hi Vicky. Yeah, thank you. Oh, it says 20. I think that's what we're experiencing. We've had here in Australia, well, in our area. Good grief. Look at my hair. It's terrible. Hold on. Stay tuned. Hold on. Let's try and just get this fixed a bit better and out of the way somewhat. See what we can do. So, right, here in Sydney, we have cold temperatures that have hit this week, and it's because of a massive cold front that's come through because we're going into our winter. But as part of that, excuse me, time to yawn, only an hour away from here we've had snow. So it is pretty cold. So if you've got piggies in Australia, making sure that they're warm, and particularly warm at night, is really important. So adding the extra fleece in, adding extra hay in around them so the ambient temperature is much better is really important. Thanks, Marsha. Yes, I'll do something special on Brain because he was such a big part of our piggy environment here. You would have seen lots of videos on Brain in the past, but Brain has passed away. That was last Saturday night, so just over a week ago. But he had a very good long life here, and he's been on more holidays than I've ever been on in my life. That little piggy, he's done so well. So he and his buddies are doing well. We've got a new boy. Pinky was the only one left, and Pinky and Brain had started to meet. If you remember back, there was a rescue that came by here, and there was a large male guinea pig in that had fungal and lost hair and in a terrible state. He stayed. I haven't given him a name yet. I was thinking about Fuzzbutt. Oh, excuse me. Chantel didn't like the name Fuzzbutt, but I like it. But I'm thinking about that, and maybe he'll be the new buddy for Pinky. So they're certainly getting on really, really well, and I think they're settled. So, yeah, Brain liked him as well. So I think he's going to stay. He's one of the new boys. Bluebell's super fussy. I might whip back up to the top of the chat because I haven't even looked in here. and just see if there's any quick questions we need to answer before we finish up. Ah, the wind, honestly, and I'm so cold today. It's now very cold. We'll lose the light in about an hour. So, Carolee was asking, is this the Guinea Pigs Australia website, Lynn? I'm not sure what that's. That would probably be the cavycentral.com website or guineapigstuff.com. They actually go to the same location. So guineapigstuff.com and cavycentral.com, they go to the same place. So that would be the website I'm talking about. Piggy's muskrat and Elon Week. I like that. That's really cute. Very, very cute. Yeah, we had lots of interesting ones today. Oh, thank you, Weeks from Pine Nut and Macadamia from Mixed Nuts Herd. Yay, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. You have found a buddy? That's fantastic. That would be excellent. I'm so glad we connected today after last time. That's wonderful. Take care. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Random. Bye, kids.
Bye. So, Suzanne, my wonderful helper here, we've made it to the end of the day. Oh, we're both freezing. Oh. Someone said, did they hear the names Myra and Lyra? No, it was Nyra and Myra. Nyra. Oh, Miya. Miya and Nyra. Miya and Nyra. You wouldn't want to say that fast. Miya, Nyra, Miya, Nyra. Sorry. Hard to say fast. Sarah, virtual hug. Thank you so much, Sarah. As we had some Hemi girls. Yes, Carolee. Yeah, she's beautiful. She wasn't a Saturn. She wasn't a Saturn, but she has some pretty serious issues, as you saw. She's got some big lumps in there. Most likely cancer, which is not good. How can you tell if it's a mixed breed Himalayan? Okay. Himalayan is the colouring process. Let me just wave some. There you go. So Himalayan is the colouring process, or the colouring that's on a guinea pig. So it has a white body, and they have brown or black ears, and the colouring is the same all over the body. So usually that extends to their feet, being the same matched colour, and their nose. Now, when they don't have a strong Himalayan colouring, they may not, for example, have the colour on their nose, or they may just have it on one ear. And look, to my way of thinking, that's looking for what people deem to be, perfection in colouring. But I don't think we look for that in people. And I think that we all have differences. We all have lots of things in different places, and we're all different. So if we're more accepting of that and teaching about that personality and compassion and care, I think we end up with a better impact, particularly if we're looking at children and teaching. If you're teaching a child, oh, this isn't perfect, it doesn't have both ears colored exactly the same, well, what are you teaching your child? So yeah, that's when we talk about perfection in coloring. Okay, Vicky. Oh, excuse me. Hemi. Yeah, Macadamia's a Hemi girl. Her ears and nose not as dark. That's right. No, is it because she's an indoor pig? No, not at all. No, the colouring of a Himalayan is not determined by sunlight and in and out. It's actually genetic. It's what they're born with. So some may have, for example, 3 dark feet and not 4, or might have one ear a bit less coloured than another. So these are just differences. No, you can actually get Himalayan in different coat types. So Carolee asks, can a Himi normally have short hair? No, you can actually have like a Rex Himalayan, which has Rex coat, but has Himalayan colouring. So the coat type, we've had long-haired guinea pigs that are Himalayan, So white body all over, but they have a brown nose, brown ears, brown feet. And that can also be the same as black. So it doesn't have to be brown, it can be black. So yeah, different coat types can be Himalayan is the answer. So we've got, I can remember it's during winter. We are coming into winter. So just to confirm that. Brr, cold. Someone says the darker colours keep their extremities warmer. Maybe. I know. Just grow. Yeah, it's not a common thing we find, but you never know. Second Himi girl, dental issues. Yeah, she has. Miso, what a cute name, Miso. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so Vicky says she highly recommends Alex. Yep, absolutely. Alex developed the method of doing teeth like that about 8 years ago, and he reached out to me at that time to see if we could have some, piggies in care and work with him on that. So, yeah, and now it's very busy down there, which is good. They are indeed. So all very good. There's actually more than that. We have a number of vets that we use and recommend regularly, and we may have something very surprising for you in upcoming weeks. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll let you know on that front. Okay, the question was about the source for the clips that you showed. Oh, these right at the beginning. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll find that and I'll pop it in the link below later. So I recommend these. They're an Australian product. Not because they're Australian, but they're a great product. But they are stainless steel and they don't ever go back into the environment. So you can use these for clipping on your fleece, clipping on, clipping two cubes together, like all sorts of things. They're just really, really useful. And yeah, they don't ever rust. So they're always useful. You can always find a use for them. So they won't go in the environment. How many was it you said? 40 million back in the environment? Pegs. 40
like
million or trillion, something like that, pegs in the environment. That's terrible. Yeah.
Because they snap.
Yeah. Yeah, Vicky, it's genetic because they're actually born with it, and it's carried down through lines. So when you breed, like if you look at breeding lines, they breed those traits. So yeah, definitely genetic. So okay. So I think we are just about at the end of the day. I'll get Suzanne to come on over and say a quick hi. And we're freezing, so it's time for a really hot cuppa. We've had lots and lots of people here today. And for those that are just joining it now or have been watching later, because this is obviously live, you can leave questions down underneath. And, any of those I'll come back to and answer later. So last week someone asked if we had a pattern page for in terms of what? Oh, you mean guinea pig types? Is that what you mean? Or a Patreon page? Do you mean a Patreon page? Oh, Patreon page. Yeah, we're not on Patreon, but we do. I've been thinking about that, and I've seriously got to do something in that area because we do, like everything that you've seen today. We've had a few people who have given us some contributions, but we do it completely free. And that's the best way that we can help people and make access to information really firsthand for them. We also have vets who are just down the road who we often send directly straight down there if we need immediate things dealt with. So Hornsby Vet, shout out to them. They're fantastic. And, we have lots of things happen here on these live sessions. But, we don't have Patreon. I have thought about it many times. I think the best way is probably through, we have PayPal and we have the bank accounts available. So I might pop those in the links down there below as well. But yeah, we do, like, I'm talking to lots of people about lots of things at the moment, and stay tuned. Watch this space. Okay. So, Suzanne, we're going to go. Do you want to come and say a quick bye? And she can say farewell to you all. But thank you, everyone, for supporting, tuning in, being here, and supporting the work that we do here. spreading this out. Please click on like, share, subscribe, as they say. Sounds so funny doing that. But yeah, if you do click on the like and the share, what happens in the algorithm is that it gets found and more people find out about what we offer here. So we still have people discovering that, this even exists. So, and, it's surprising what gets uncovered here, like the little girl with she's definitely got advanced tumors, and I think she is a palliative case. But, we can give good directions on that. So it's the end of the day. You've frozen? It's so cold.
I've actually put a second jacket on
Have
underneath
you?
this one.
Yeah, I
it was
need
just
more.
the wind.
I need a hat, scarf, everything. It's really cold. So thank you everyone for joining us. And we'll be back again with a bigger day next weekend. So take care. And bye from us now.
Bye. Hi. Rocky's Rescue in Queensland. People in Queensland, I won a raffle. Yay! I showed them off earlier. Oh.